And we're live, everybody. Welcome back to For Whom the Bell Tolls. Apparently the bell's tolling for me on my birthday today. I am joined by some wonderful people. We're going to acknowledge them here in a moment. We've got some more actually going to be joining us shortly. You guys, I haven't done a live in a couple of months, and this is actually my favorite part of doing YouTube. It's actually the thing that I think I'm probably best at when it comes to what I look at the body of work on YouTube so far. I think these live shows are probably my forte more than making recorded videos. So I've really kind of missed doing this, and I thought about it long and hard because if you guys are viewers of the channel, you know what's happened in my life in the last month and a half or so. And it occurred to me that my mom would absolutely be furious with me if I did not do a stream, not only on my birthday, which is today, but it is also the 18-month channel anniversary today.
Ooh.
We are officially a year and a half old as BellTube. So I'm gonna go through the comments, but folks, if you're here in the chat, you already know who everybody on the screen is. We've got the lovely Tori Tekken from Tori Talks.
Sup?
You've seen him talk about literature. You've seen him talk about manga. You've seen him do everything besides talk about what he's watching on TV. That's Dr. Philip Chase. You know who he is. Of course, we've got our favorite person in all of New Zealand. Now, I have to be honest, I don't know that many people in New Zealand, so the bar was relatively low for that one, Derry, but you'd still, even if I knew the whole population of New Zealand, I know you would still be my favorite one.
She beat Peter Jackson. She beat Peter Jackson.
Absolutely.
Hands down.
Peter, she's got nothing on Derry. Absolutely. And of course, my brother from the South, host of Talking Story, one of the J's in the author squad of J and J Minton. Of course, John from Talking Story is here as well. Thank you, guys.
Happy birthday, brother.
Happy birthday, Brian.
Thank you. I'm going to highlight some comments. And folks, here's the thing. We have absolutely no format for this. This is so unhinged. There's no script. This is not really For Whom the Bell Tolls because I have not prepared a thing other than to make sure that my camera battery was relatively charged. So if the feed dies, you'll know I didn't even do that. Dennis Myers, hello. Heidi says, happy birthday, Brian. I am a few months younger than you. Can't drive 55. All right. You're too funny. Dan reads too slow. Happy birthday. Thank you so much. Tomorrow Liberty. Happy birthday, Brian. I appreciate that. I'm reading these out loud, by the way, because I do know that some of you guys listen to them maybe on replay. And let me turn my phone on Do Not Disturb.
Hey, someone's calling to say happy birthday.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's exactly who it was, but it wasn't. That's the friend that won't let you off the phone friend. So y'all have one of them. That's who that was. Anyway, I'm reading these out loud, folks, because I know a lot of you guys listen on replay and stuff, and you just kind of listen in your headphones. And I want you to be kind of involved in the conversation, too. Stepan is here. Hi from Croatia. Happy birthday. I have to go to bed soon. We're watching tomorrow. See, exactly. Watching the video tomorrow with his morning coffee. Awesome. Zach is here. Happy birthday. One of our amazing patrons as well. Anthony Whitby, happy birthday, Brian. I couldn't have picked a better live stream to turn into for the first time. We'll be listening all night while I work.
Welcome.
Awesome. Very cool. Hey, Michael says happy birthday. Sarah Beth, also, thank you very much for the birthday wish. W.H. Moore, very happy birthday, Brian. Thank you. Capricious Fox is here. Stream is late. Of course. Hope Brian didn't overeat the birthday cake and fall asleep. That's more of a Mintonian thing, I think.
Yeah.
You know,
I'll count on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's that? Eating and then falling asleep.
Some of us that are older
Absolutely.
than 55 got to have our naps, man.
I'm
I'm only 50. I've got to have a nap. Napping is great.
There could be, you know, we may start a nap content stream as well. So
Yes.
instead of
I'd be
reading
here for it.
sprints, we have naps, right? So we'll like set it up for like 40 minutes and the timer will go off and you'll know to wake John up from his nap. Thatcher,
I
thank
would
you.
just love to go to kindergarten again. They feed you and then they let you have a nap.
I think that could be my niche. That could be my grade A content right there.
Napping
Oh my gosh.
sprints.
Napping sprints.
So all of these comments came in before we went live, so I apologize that we were late, folks. I was talking to the guests like crazy, so this is not their fault. They were all here early. Shelf Esteem, what's happening? Britton is here. Thank you so much. All right. All my favorite YouTubers in one place. Thank you, Zach. Same here. Marianne's here. Hello, Marianne.
Hi, Marianne.
She is a favorite of so many people. John A. Douglas is here. I came to chew bubblegum and wish Brian a happy birthday. I'm all out of bubblegum. Well, John A. Douglas, if you take a look over my shoulder, I believe you'll see something that you'll recognize over there, because I tried to get all of my friends' books in frame today. And of course, you are one of them. And where are we here? See, this is why you guys are lucky. You don't have to host the chat. Happy birthday and 18-month channel anniversary. Thank you so much. Giannis, happy birthday. Thank you. Sam
They're all here
Sargent,
for you, though, so all the
happy
comments are for
birthday.
you.
Well, the good news is that I'm actually somewhat adept at managing chat, kind
Yeah.
of. It doesn't turn into a complete shit show, unless the one time that it did, where I was literally an hour behind. Hey, Casey, bookishly bookish,
remember that lunch trip,
Marianne.
that was funny.
I'm eating some ice cream right now in your
Nice.
honor. Thank you so
Oh.
much.
Oh, I
Chapter
haven't
Chasers
talked about
Book
ice
Club.
cream. Ice cream for breakfast wakes you up properly.
Excellent. What
You
kind?
stop feeling sluggish. You stop going, I'm still so tired. Have a bowl of ice cream and you'll feel $1 million.
Absolutely. Mac is here. Happy birthday,
Words
Brian.
to
All the
live by.
best. Love Mac. Does anybody read more than Mac? I mean,
No.
I don't think so.
it's like, you'll
It is
say
Mac.
at the end of your video, let me know what you've got lined up for this month, or let me know what books you read this month.
Yep.
Mac turns in a dissertation
Yeah.
of everything that he's read, and I'm like, dude, I don't know.
No.
It's
He
impressive.
is, to be fair, he is a librarian, so
That
That
makes some sense.
That's his
Horrendous.
job.
Around the world.
He's doing quite well at the reading part of the job, that's for sure. Happy birthday, happy anniversary, Team Maria Play. Awesome. Thank you. She was only Evie. You have a DM as well. She was only Evie. Evie hasn't looked at my messages forever. I don't know. What is she saying here? I'm approaching 40 to take a daily nap after work. I'm deferring my nap since I just finished work. Well, thank you, Evie.
Nah, that's sweet.
All right. God, we got a lot of nap talk. Look at this. Oh, Slay came in. Boom.
I
Came
love
in hot with the 10 BellTube memberships. How about that?
wow.
Slay, my man.
Unbelievable. Always unbelievable.
Slay rocks. Slay did something last weekend, you guys. It's pretty unbelievable. He was given like no notice to shoot a whole video that is extremely important at his job. Was given no script, was given nothing. Was basically given a day to do it, and I saw just how much effort the guy was going to put into it, and the dude is incredible. Really good dude. And what a supporter of the channel. Holy cow. Look at all these people. Slay is slaying. Absolutely. Jeremy, thank you. Kate, thank you. Did I get through chat? I did. Oh my
You
God.
did.
At least I'm relatively caught up, and I can look and I can see that our guests are here. I can
Awesome.
finally have a drink from your Rick Thunder pint glass.
Oh.
Available in the comment section, in the description below after the stream, in the merchandise section.
I did think about having a drink, but it's a bit early, so I had to have a cup of tea.
Well, that's fine. I mean, if you were in the States, I'd be sending you a one for the road coffee mug, also available in the merch store in both 11 and 15 ounce sizes.
Anybody
I'm
would
like
think
awful.
you've been in marketing, Brian.
I can't even like do my own stream without schlepping merch.
I love it.
Your birthday.
Seriously,
Yeah.
I mean, you guys would be like, I'll be selling like one for the road T-shirts out of the back of a truck one of these days, just pulling into the grocery store. Bunch of shirts fell off the truck. Santiago, thank you for the birthday wish. Very very kind of you. Well, we are a bunch of readers, and since I haven't talked to you guys about books in a hot minute. What are you all reading? Let's maybe start with Tori and kind of move around a little bit. But what are you guys reading right now?
Well, I'm going to make everybody on screen and a lot of the commenters very happy because the two books that I have going right now, my audio listen is Night Watch by Terry Pratchett, which I'm loving. Big surprise. Everyone was sure I was going to hate it. And I'm kidding. And I am physically reading Empire of Silence,
Oh.
which I am 200 pages into and very much enjoying.
Nice.
I am so interested in your take on Sun Eater as you get to current. I'm so mixed. I know you're gonna love the first some books, and then I don't
Yeah.
know. But
I already have questions for Mr. Rockio, so
well,
I have some
apparently the
questions.
next guy who we're gonna ask what he's reading is very tied in with him because he's got him as a personal Sherpa to teach him how to read.
Yeah.
But so
And
John,
I actually, but so does Dr. Chase.
Dr. Chase would understand it. I mean, come on here. I mean, maybe tits, little bits and stuff like that. But if he read it more than once, I'm quite certain he'd pick up. Meanwhile, enough of the hazing of John. John, what are you reading these days?
I
What are you reading
just
right now?
read today volume 16 of One Piece. So
Okay.
I will be, and then I'm picking up War Host of Vastmark by Janny Works.
That is what I'm currently reading right now. I probably should have started with that, but
Yep.
I am about 150 pages into that one as well. So let me ask you, John, did you see the live action Netflix of One Piece? Okay.
No.
I'm trying to figure out if where you are, because I've not read any of the manga, but I've watched the entire season, and I don't know where the season ended in the manga.
I think I'm past the
John's
season.
past most of that.
Yeah.
You're past it. Okay.
Didn't you only just start One Piece?
Yeah, not long ago. I'm kind of in Drum Island right now. For people that know One Piece. So
Yeah, I don't know.
Very cool. Thank you, Caleb, for the birthday wish.
It's like you've raced through.
Absolutely.
I mean, once you start, like really, once you start,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I still have my emergency brake glass to go to One Piece if the channel continues its inevitable collapse. That's I'll break the glass and
Oh yeah, you got to hit that One Piece button and it'll just explode. It'll
famous nightclub owner reads reacts to One Piece.
I don't know if that has the gravitas of English professor though.
Oh, it definitely does. How about drunken nightclub owner reacts?
Yeah, that might work.
There you
and,
go.
and I make a bunch of cocktails and I literally come on hammered.
You know what would do it, Brian? You know what would do it is Rick Thunder reads One Piece.
Oh
Rick
yes,
Thunder reads One
nice.
Piece.
Yeah.
I did used to read someone who did wine reading, and that was glorious.
I bet.
They would read it with wine and then talk about it while still on the wine. And it was glorious.
That's fun. John and I did a stream. We were having cocktails.
That's got to go on my schedule right by the naps.
Yeah, cocktail stream right after naps. Derry, how about you? You listening to something? You reading something? What you doing?
I'm reading Assassin's Quest.
Okay.
Again.
Cool.
Which feels like I haven't read for just a million years because I didn't read it last year. And it's hitting me like a hammer. I'm like, this woman's writing is so good.
I know. It really is.
I'm reading Changeless, which is a book in the Parasol Protectorate. This falls into my category of brain fluff.
Okay.
Because it's light and fluffy and is not a challenge to my brain. And I'm also listening to an audiobook, a historic Victorian era romance, which is just more brain fluff because brain fluff works with my brain.
I like it. I like it. I'm checking my phone just intermittently because I've got Discord up because I don't know who's texting me and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And I just want to make sure that I'm not ignoring anybody's messages, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And I was. So cool. Whatever. Too bad. They're late. You're not. Oh, well. Speaking of English professors who react to manga,
like no one else.
Philip, what are you reading at the moment?
Well, I happen to be reading One Piece, actually.
Will you be reacting to it?
I
bet he will.
Not tonight, but I will be. And
Maybe have a wine.
I'm on chapter 785, I think, which is nearing the end of the Dressrosa saga. So, which is pretty. It's a fan favorite, and for good reason. I'm finding out. So yeah, that's happening, and I am also reading book 2 of the Dandelion Dynasty, Wall of Storms, which I'm about 250 pages into. It's a huge book, but I'm actually finding that I'm enjoying Wall of Storms more than I liked Grace of Kings. So yay! I liked. There was a vicious rumor going around that I hated Grace
That you
of
didn't
Kings.
like it.
I did like it. I just didn't love it, and I'm seeing myself starting to love.
Joanna said.
I'm starting to love Wall of Storms.
That's awesome. It's I think Mike's going to be reading Grace of Kings coming up here in the next. I think when he goes on his trip, he's going to be reading that, and I was so tempted to jump on board and do that with his Discord, but I just cannot start any new series right now. Between Wars of Light and Shadow and Malazan, I'm at capacity.
That's it.
I mean,
Your dance card's pretty full.
folks,
Need more
folks,
news.
folks, you've seen this show. You know what I'm capable of and what I am not capable of. And we know we're not capable of throwing Ken Liu on top of the Erickson.
It's actually
words.
it's more read. It's easier to read though. Honestly, the prose is much simpler than
Really?
Yes, absolutely.
So you can get it's a faster read. I
It's a
suspect.
faster read, even though the books are chunky. It's a faster read, I would say. But it's good. It's good. I'm not saying it's bad prose or anything, but it is simpler, more accessible, more easily read prose than
Excellent.
Words of Light and Shadow or Malazan. And then
Very cool.
the other thing I'm doing, which is adventurous me, I am listening to audiobooks these days. So
Oh my goodness, that's a massive thing.
Hang
Well
on.
done.
Hang
Hard
on.
thing to get used to.
Speaking of audiobooks, let's bring in our audiobook aficionado
there he is.
who
There he is.
probably knows more about audiobooks than the 5 of us combined.
Have you guys heard? Apparently, the audiobooks for Dungeon Crawler Carl are very good.
I've heard that.
Have you heard this? It
Yeah,
might have,
I've heard-
might have slipped past you.
I keep
No.
meaning to message you about it, Mike, because I noticed you were just reading
I
it
heard it's
physically, and
it's
you're
the
missing
only
out.
way. It's the only way to read
yeah.
it.
Mike,
Happy birthday, Brian!
Thank you so much.
You don't
Mike
look a day
Saba.
over 60, man. You're looking great.
Oh, I honest to God, here's the deal.
Don't
with
throw
my
anybody under that bus, Mike.
So long as my liver doesn't look a day under 60, I think I'm in okay shape because that was a lot of years in the nightclub. I want to say thank you, by the way, to Chapter Chasers Book Club for the $9.99 all the way from Dubai. I really appreciate you staying up so late. Go catch some Z's, and we'll catch you on replay. And Mike, I was just bragging that I'm relatively good at keeping up with chat, and yeah, so much for that. I've completely
I have to say,
shit the bed all over that one. Heidi, Hunger of the Gods is waiting very patiently, but Heidi's hilarious because she's like, read book 2, but then book 3, yeah, maybe. Just I don't know.
the narrator for Dungeon Crawler Carl and the author together, Audible is so happy with the sales of Dungeon Crawler Carl that they were
I
like,
bet.
you do this stream, we will pay for the tattoo. Go and get tattooed. So
Wow.
it's actually now on YouTube, on the Audible channel of Jeff Hayes and Matt Dinnerman getting donut tattooed on themselves.
Gosh.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
thanks. No,
Mini
thanks.
interview.
I think I actually interrupted the good doctor when he started talking about audiobook, and I forgot what you were saying because I got so excited to bring in our audiobook expert
It is exciting news.
into the stream. What did you say? Could you remind us again what you
So
were
I
listening
actually
to?
finished. I started with something deeply familiar, which is the Lord of the Rings, and I finished the Lord of the Rings, and I decided, okay, something that I'm very familiar with, but not as familiar with, and that's the First Law trilogy. So I'm listening to the First Law
Oh,
trilogy,
that's good.
narrated by Stephen Pacey, and Andy Serkis, by the way, is absolutely brilliant, and I'm finding that Stephen Pacey is as well. Both of them are almost as good as Alan.
Almost.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, he doesn't check his DMs either. So
No.
he may be
Well,
popping
yeah.
in. Jimmy has an excuse. Jimmy's not home. So it's like, I was like, all right. He's like, I'm not going to be home till 10. I'm like, all right, that's fine. But Alan can look at his DMs.
You
Anyway,
got to
that's,
message Christina.
yeah, well, I should have just messaged her. Well, I did Evie. So, normally when you message Evie, word gets through. But
Yeah.
Philip, what you're saying is something that everybody has told me as well. Is that Stephen Pacey is a top 5 narrator, period.
He's talented, very talented.
And I'm totally current on First Law. I've read it all, but I sight read it, which is strange because I am such an audiobook. is it an audiobook file or would it just be an audio file, Philip? I don't know what it would be.
Either way, I think you're good.
Either way. Oh,
That's what you say when you don't know. So yeah.
I mean, folks, that's why we bring Philip on the stream, or I have to pay a consultant to help my grammar. When he's here live, he's got to help. He's a nice guy. Kate says, this household is split. One is halfway through Discovery. The other is halfway through The Way of Edan.
What an awesome household.
What a great household.
Yeah.
It means they'll be finished in time for Tori's book.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, which again, I have read Tori's new book and it's excellent. I mean, it's super fun, but it hits where it needs to hit. Yeah, I very, very, very pleased with.
I'm waiting for Tori's book patiently.
I just got the proof copy today, and it looks so good, you guys. And look at this.
Floppy.
That's
It's so good.
That is the way to go.
I know. I'm so excited about it. We're getting close.
That is really cool. But you missed us telling us what we were all reading, Mike. What are you reading?
Yes.
Song of Susanna.
Oh God.
Yes. Yes. All right.
No.
That's
This
why
is not
my
your favorite
really rapid reading pace I've had for like the past 6 weeks is just like I'm down to like 15 pages a day now.
Oh,
Hey, but
my
I got
God.
this. I got this in the mail today.
Oh,
Hey, how about that?
Anyone here ever heard of this?
It's so chunky. I love it.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? The best thing pre-reading it is the bookmark is of the highest quality. I mean,
Oh
Isn't that
yeah.
nice?
yeah, it's very, very nice.
Fancy.
John has the as they say in the club word, the plug on the bookmark guy. That's it's pretty awesome. But no, that book is honestly, of everybody that's on this channel right now, if there's one like audience I think that book is actually written for, it's Mike. I could be totally
Well, I hope
wrong.
so.
We'll find out, but if I had to place like who I think of the six of us, or the five of us, where we would land on that book, I would actually think it's mostly in Mike's wheelhouse.
Very similar
Then-
to Song of Susanna, actually.
Oh God.
You know what? I'm amazed someone hadn't called us out for plagiarizing because we really just went chapter by chapter of Song of Susanna and
Yeah.
just tried to put our own spin on it.
Solid strategy.
Why not? Brian Herbert's made a career out of that. Why not?
Right?
Oh.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a problem when you go to the bookstore and you go to the Dune section and it's all Brian Herbert books, and maybe you see the original Dune, and of course it has the movie. It's got what's his face,
The movie tie-in edition.
And the fake stick.
yeah, the actor
And
on the
fake
cover, and it's just like, come on, really. But yeah, that's kind of what's happening on that level. What else can I ask you guys now that I've prepared? Oh, we got a new speaker here. I don't know where we're gonna add her. How are we gonna add her here?
Right there.
We're gonna add her right there. How about that? Hello, Evie.
Listen, when even my husband is like, listen, they're calling you out. I'm like,
It's time.
it's time.
Yeah, well, I'm glad. I messaged you. I don't even know when was it. A couple days ago?
Yesterday.
Was it yesterday?
Or I don't know what time is anymore, but happy birthday. That's all that matters.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It would not be the same without having Evie here on the stream for sure. You've joined us. Tell us what you're reading at the moment.
So my brain cannot focus, so I've been apparently entering my romance era arc. So I've been reading a lot of romance books, and by a lot I mean 2.
That's a lot.
That's a lot for this corner.
For zero, going from 0 to 2, it's a 200% increase. So it's great.
That's what I mean.
And then I just started Ogres by Adrian Charles.
Ooh, I liked that one.
I actually heard good things about that as well. I think. Well,
Yeah.
what happened? I don't know if he.
My
So you
case
hate
is
reading about
confirmed. He's like, he's here, I'm out.
So
No, I think he heard romance.
anything.
it was either the Curse of Susanna.
Well,
You know what it was, folks? It was that Mike had taken 5 minutes away from reading Song of Susanna, and he needed to get back to it that
Yeah.
quickly. It was just calling to him. He was like, I could hang out with Brian and Philip and the gang here, but I mean, Susanna awaits.
Susanna calls.
Yeah. Even we were talking about Philip is now in book 2 of the Dandelion Dynasty and enjoying it quite a bit, which I know was one of your faves.
Wall of Storms, oddly enough, is my least favorite of the Dandelion Dynasty books, but I'm also have the unpopular opinion there. Everyone loves Wall of Storms. That loves
Seems
Dandelion.
like it. Yeah.
You do have unpopular opinions about things, Evie. And I say this because I've just been in the Hob thread where you said Tawny Man was ranked at the bottom.
What?
Yeah.
I am only okay with this because I also know that being at the bottom of a list of Hob just means you got 96 out of 100.
Mm-hmm.
But
That includes Rainwild's Chronicles. You
yeah,
Rainwild Chronicles above Live Ship, by the way.
it very
Ooh.
upset a lot of people in that thread.
I bet.
Look who checked.
There he is.
Look who checked his DMs for the first time since December.
Listen, I take my job seriously as
You are lucky
admin.
that I'm sitting at my computer. So when I'm at my computer, it makes a noise. It goes, bloop, but my computer is generally off or sleeping. But I happen to be sitting at my computer doing work, and so I heard the message. When it gets
And
on
I
my
pinged him, I
phone,
was like, Alan, Brian
When
sent
I-
you a message.
Oh, there's
When
an
I'm-
Atticus sighting.
when I'm pinged on my phone, it
Hi,
gets
Atticus.
lost. I don't notice it at all. Like it's lost in the 100 million notifications on my stupid phone. So
Well, welcome, and thank you for stopping in. And you can be here as long or as little.
I'm here.
as you like.
I'm here till dinner. When's
Mike's
dinner
outta
ready?
here.
I gotta go eat. Oh,
Anytime
you turned the light on.
Yeah, it's dark in here. I feel like Gollum.
that maybe that's how you have to read Song of Susanna in the dark.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I think you guys are having a rougher time with it than I am.
Oh my God, that's too funny, Alan. We've been asking people what they're reading. Do you even have any reading time right now?
Yeah, I'm reading book 10 of the Black Company. I'm trying to finish Black Company here.
Wow.
So Soldiers Live, which is it's good. I haven't been pulled out of class to proctor like AP exams, and I read because I'm not standing there for 3 hours watching children struggle to form a complete sentence. So,
Fair.
So I've gotten some reading done, and I walk around. So it's not like I sit at a desk. So I walk around and basically multitask, make sure the kids aren't cheating. What is wrong with this child?
Alan, you are also close to finishing Prophet of Adan, right?
I am close.
Oh, how close.
Praise. Close enough. Hopefully I'll get it done here in the next couple weeks.
Nice.
That's so exciting.
I mean, yeah, but then I gotta get the guy to edit it, and then I gotta send it, and then Amazon makes us wait like a month or however long they make us wait.
Audible is crazy.
So good though.
I guess.
know
It's going to
the
be
editing
awesome.
process won't take long, Alan. I know you're a perfectionist. They're going to get a pretty, almost perfect, good to go version.
I hope so. I've had to re-record a lot of stuff because you can hear the snot in my nose because I've been sick for forever. So I'm I'm like, is that what like someone? Because I sound normal, and then I listen to it on the mic, and I'm like, is that what people sound like when they're congested? Like, I'm like, that sounds terrible, and I have to re-record it and like hold my breath so I don't breathe. So
You have to record while not breathing.
also understand it's in my closet, which is the front of the house, and my neighborhood. I swear to you, this neighborhood mows their lawn every week, and a different day, and on a different. They time it out, so there's a different person mowing the lawn every week.
You can never record.
No, I know. So when I record it, I'll sit there and listen. I'm like, is that a freaking mower in the background of this dang thing?
I mean, they can probably pull that out, though. I mean,
No, I just
you just redo it.
I just wait. And sometimes it'll pick up, like I'll hit the cable from my headset. Like I will brush it, or I suck up so much air when I'm talking. So I'm sucking up so much air that like you hear like internal burps in my esophagus, and I'm like, that's so loud on this. So I had to re-record it.
Well, you
This is
do
why
it.
I
So
know
you
you're affectionate, because you know.
so based on kind of how it went last time, once you send that final off, when is it before it's like ready to go?
What Matt? It just depends on when my editor is available. And then he has to go over it, and he may have other projects running at the same time. And so once he goes over it, he sends me back for reshoots, I suppose, where all of the mistakes, where I said toward instead of towards. And glory be, Philip is wonderful. So I can, this time, because last time I had to go individually and be like, not recording that, not doing that, not doing that, not doing that, because Philip said it's fine. This time I'm going to, in advance, say, Philip does not care if it says toward and I said towards. Don't mark those as reshoots. I'm not going to do them.
Right.
I get a lot of those that but sometimes, like in the last one, I apparently had cut out a paragraph. When I was editing it, I just cut, and I'm like, thanks for catching that, so I can re-record that.
That one I will do.
Yeah, exactly. So, and he called me on, I pronounced aesthetic incorrectly, and he's like, it's not pronounced that way, and I'm like, fair enough, it's not. I guess I'll re-record that line. I refuse to go back and fix it, so I accidentally said macabre instead of macabre, so that's going to come back. But I'm like, I'm not hunting for that. I'm not hunting back through that to find it. I will let him tag it, and I'll re-record it.
Absolutely. Well, that's what the editor does, right? They got to find
the main thing. This is why, okay, any aspiring audiobook people out there, this is what I'm telling you. You pay an editor for one reason and one reason only, to pull out mouth sounds. That alone is worth the price of the editor, pulling out mouth sound, because I do what I can. It is not enough. It is not enough. But those editors can yank that stuff out to where it doesn't sound like.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome. That just cost me 3 viewers, but thank you.
Some of us like that. Some of us do audiobooks.
Well, there you go. ASMR.
Yeah. To early Dresden.
Oh my God! I have to welcome the boy wonder of BookTube to our little party.
Look,
Jacob,
I'm shocked he showed up because I was here.
Come on, Alan. I got nothing wrong with you, Alan.
I missed what y'all are reading. Y'all tell me. Mike, what are you reading?
Song of Susanna.
That's the excitement.
Mike sounds more dejected every time he says it.
Mike, can you just keep saying that through the stream every few minutes?
Look, it is because I'm gonna lay the hard truth on y'all. It's not good. That's why. That's terrible. Because it's not good.
Terrible, Philip.
Now, Mike, imagine that I waited an entire year for that stupid book to come out, and then that's what I got.
So did Mike. I think Mike did too.
Yeah, I was a waiter, like in publication time. Yeah.
Sorry, this is reread. Yeah, you understand. You understand. Back when we. I'm so sorry you're stuck on it again.
I mean, the business we've chosen, right? I say, hey, I'm going to do these in publication order, and so I bailed on a read along, so I didn't have to do it. Now I'm like, damn it.
It is a very short book, though.
Yeah, exactly.
It somehow takes longer to read than any of them. It's weird.
If I have to read Dark Tower, I'm going right to the wiki page for Song of Susanna.
Yeah, I think I'm with you there too.
Even that's too long.
Things happened, and that's that. Jacob,
I can
welcome
summarize
in, by the
Song
way.
of Susanna. What's important about Song of Susanna in a single sentence, but it'll spoil it.
So let's not do that.
I'm going to do it right now. Everyone here. The only thing that happens in Song of Susanna is that's it.
There you go. It's bleeped out. We got the cat happening. I just love it. I love it. So the funny part is that Jacob is actually now. You actually are a booktuber. You're not just.
I don't know if I'd go that far. There's so many more people in here that are like actually good at reading.
You do all the work for John. You should start reaping the benefits, my man.
See, I move a mouse and I tap at a keyboard. I do the editing. I actually like talking about books and sounding smart. I can't.
Yeah, I wish I had this, John. You're lucky.
Oh my God! Seriously, I mean,
don't have to edit or have someone actually figure out how to do lighting. It would be amazing.
Yeah, I'm free labor. That's all I am.
Yeah,
that's true.
I know how that goes. I've been that way
That's
my
what
whole
family
life
is.
with my family.
Why else do you have kids?
I think I'd asked them to do an actual chore or something. That was nuts. So.
I mean, Mike, you must be hanging out for the day when your boys can do it for you.
Yes.
So
good, Mike.
If I live that long.
Alan, have you started training Atticus to edit videos yet?
That child can't do anything.
He's not pulling his weight at all, is he, Alan?
The end of the year.
I literally just noticed there were comments on the left side of the page. What is this place we're on?
It's weird.
It's an alternate
Okay,
universe.
so here's the only reason why I do. Well, there's two. One, because StreamYard is stupid expensive for the paid subscription version, which I don't like, and for this particular software, it's really customizable. So when I do the live one-on-one shows, I can do just a whole lot more than I can with StreamYard, which is why I have it on here. But yeah, the one thing that sucks, that if you guys are watching at home, you are not seeing what our panel and our guests are seeing, is the way the comments are totally opposite of where you're used to, and it is disorienting for sure.
Speaking of comments, Brian, throw that Michael comment up. That's just so true.
Jacob has just released as many books as he has read this month.
Oh, this is embarrassing in front of. Oh
He's just catching strays now.
Well, hey, in all fairness to the youth of the channel here today, he reads one book and it's Shadow of the Torturer.
Yes,
so,
this is very true.
You
That would
know,
probably take me 2 months, so you're doing pretty good.
yeah.
Had I not been forced to catch up and do the live stream with Christopher Rocchio, I probably would have voluntarily signed up to do it for 2 months.
Yeah.
Maybe I would have understood it.
It's so funny how and we're not going to do spoilers here, folks, but it was so great when Rocchio was on John's channel last week and he was discussing with Philip and Jacob and Leslie. Was Leslie on that one?
No, Joanna was.
Sorry. And he's explaining what's going on in literally like the first 2 or 3 chapters, and all of these light bulbs in people's heads go off going, I had no idea that was the book that I was reading.
Guys, but here's my question. Why do y'all want to read something like that to where someone has to come along behind you and tell you what happened? Like, why is that interesting?
Because it's just as good interpreting it how you were thinking it was, and then you find out it's something different.
What if the
it's
first
mind
3
blowing.
chapters were clear about what was going on? Like, what if we just read something that was clear?
Because I don't think it would be as good.
Oh my gosh, you're right. I hate understanding what happens in books.
That is why I am convinced nobody on this screen will hate Book of the New Sun more than Mike.
This sounds like Alan. You sound like me being like, "Hey, why didn't you finish Toll the Hounds, Mike?"
I feel like
because you don't want to watch people stare at Kalik for another 1,000 pages. That's why.
I feel like this is a thing where Mike and Alan and I should read a Gene Wolfe book together and do a live stream about it, because it would.
You didn't even like Princess Bride, Tori. There's no way you're gonna.
I know. I am not a meta reader. I hate it. I hate it so much.
Like, I am fine. Song of Susanna. Heavy thematic content.
I DNF'd it already. Don't worry, Mike. I'm out of Dark Tower.
There shouldn't be a whole new layer behind it to where it's like, oh, you only think you understood it. Well, yes, you're right. I did think I understood it. Why are you telling me I didn't? I am done with the people telling me I didn't read the book right.
I don't think anybody's saying you didn't read the book right. I think they're saying
no. People are saying
people say that shit to me all the time.
Really? Yeah. I don't know. I you know what? I guess it's been a hot minute since I read that book, but it was awesome watching that video.
I am going to read a Gene Wolfe book, but it's going to be Latro and the Mist, because that's at least ostensibly about the Romans. So I am going to try that one, and then I'll decide if I can stomach it.
Well, you let me know when you do it, because I may read that one alongside of you, because that is on my TBR to read.
Right on.
So when you're ready for that one, let me know, and I'll push it in.
Michael, the stand is amazing, Michael.
The Stand is amazing. It's one of my faves.
Correct.
I read The Stand in preparation for Discovery. It took me a month.
I love The Stand.
You guys are
When you said Michael, I thought you were talking to me, and I was like, am I in trouble?
No.
Right?
I would never call someone Michael if they didn't go by Michael. What, Derry?
I have to say, the pinnacle of my reading career was reading it in one day.
In one day?
Wow.
In one day. I was a teenager. I didn't have a job. I didn't have responsibilities.
Also,
so I didn't have anything else.
You probably didn't have to sleep.
Does anyone else notice that we're Hollywood Squares right now? Like,
yeah.
Can Circle get the square somewhere?
Yeah, I mean, Derry's Paul Lynde in the moment.
Derry
so
is Paul Lynde. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Are y'all seriously quoting the old Hollywood
yes.
Squares?
That's
Paul Lynde.
I have no idea who that is.
Jenny Words, thank you so much.
I remember the second iteration with John Davidson, and it was Joan Rivers as the center square.
She's,
No,
I mean, come on,
some
Paul
of us
Lynde
go
is
further back than that, Alan.
You guys are making me feel young.
Brady
That's
Bunch.
Look,
Then
I
Brady
have
Bunch.
seen Paul Lynde Hollywood Squares, but like during my youth, it was John Davidson version,
Sure.
which is infinitely superior to stupid Tom Bergeron version.
Sure. I mean,
yeah, no.
apparently,
that should have never happened.
when I was about kindergarten, I told my mom, because, you know, everyone, what do you want to do when you grow up? I said, I want to be a game show host like Wink Martindale. That was my answer.
Wink Martindale. He hosted Trivial Pursuit, the game show Trivial Pursuit.
He did. And Gambit. And, God, there was another big one that he had.
Look, you didn't want to be Chuck Woolery hosting some Scrabble?
No, that was later. I'm old.
Where am I right
Okay,
now?
what about
What's
all right? What
happening?
about
You're making me feel old, and I was alive for this shit.
what about
so-
Gene Rayburn, Match Game 63?
Gene Rayburn was great.
This is
Gene Rayburn
French
was great.
to me.
Okay, so this comment's getting highlighted. Charles Nelson Riley. That's
Charles
right.
Nelson Riley.
Didn't he have the ascot?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what my wife feels like when I start talking about sports.
In Europe. Magnus
Lost.
Magnus.
You
doing
guys,
Mastermind.
you're traumatizing Jacob now.
Yeah, Jacob's.
I have never felt
Hey,
bad.
Jacob, you're reading the Devils, right?
You don't watch
Have you read
game
the Devils?
I DNF.
Oh, tell Mike all about the Devils.
Oh no, I have to tell Mike.
Oh,
I'm
this is
sorry.
Yeah.
Dude, he even named a character after you.
Now we're
Come
going to get
on.
some real
Actually,
drama,
surely
the
not.
kind of drama you tune in for, folks, when we've got
I don't care.
two
always
people
tell
who
Reno
have
makes me
read.
happy, man. It doesn't bother me if people DNF it.
No, I know.
It might confuse me sometimes,
I
but
just want to build up a little bit of WWE action here, where we've got
Smackdown.
a constant reader of Joe Abercrombie.
no, like
up against-
Riley Durfee was so mad at me for not liking Buffalo Hunter. He made sure he DNF Blackmouth just to like say up your. And I was like, Brian doesn't DNF anything, and I was like,
He doesn't.
Right.
He DNF Blackmouth?
At least that's what he told me.
Oh,
That is
I
so
don't
funny.
believe it.
And after
I
that,
I
don't
just been
believe that.
bullshitting me. I don't know because I didn't like Buffalo Hunter.
That is so funny.
Dan reads too slow. No. Brian, I can't even speak. Brian, highlight that comment. I can't even
No,
speak.
I can't go with that. I can't go with that.
What?
That's
Which comment was
the
it?
worst take in the world that Song of
Song of
Suzanne
Suzanne
is
is
superior to
better
Wizard of Glass.
than Wizard and Glass.
Wizard and Glass.
Oh God! Wait a minute! Wait! Oh, here.
Hey, to each their own.
No way. Okay.
That's not.
Dan,
No.
Dan,
This
I
is
love you being
inflammatory.
here, but
This is
Lots of
inflammatory.
fighting words, apparently.
I feel
yeah.
like we should allow Jacob to explain why he DNF.
Sorry, I got
Yeah,
it.
please do, Jacob.
Mike explained something to me because I got halfway through Devils, which is about where I DNF'd it. Because the first 20% was awesome, loved it, and then it got to a point where we're just going from place to place and things kind of happen.
I know, Sean, that's going to be my biggest criticism. 'Cause I'm going to do my full review. Is like I understand you have 8 central characters. You can't have them all in the same place at the same time. We didn't need to break them into 4 groups of 2 for that long. I agree.
Yeah.
That's my criticism of the book for sure.
Does it?
But I will tell you,
continue-
it's worth it. But it does go a little bit too long. And it does feel like, hey, we're trying to make this book longer than it needs to be. I'll
Because
agree with
Library of a Viking said it was like 70% of the book is just that, and I can't deal
I
with
mean,
that.
I read it it's almost like a year ago now. It feels like I read it.
God, that is right.
I
You
remember
did
it-
get that book forever
It's an
ago.
Abercrombie book. I fly through his books really quick, so I remember that. But that was my biggest criticism. Was like my favorite thing about Joe Abercrombie books are the dialogue between groups of
Yeah.
characters. You've broke this all down to one-on-one conversations, and yeah, that
the
bothered
same.
me. I'm not gonna lie.
Interesting, because I thought that for whatever reason it would somehow get universal praise as his first big thing right outside of First Law, but it's seemingly not. That there's
But
very
the first book of First Law gets almost the same criticism.
yeah.
Yeah, but
I
say
guess
First
so.
Law isn't universally loved. We might think it is, but you get people.
Yeah.
I get people every day who will tell me, "Be like, does book 2 get better? Because this is just boring."
There's nothing happening there.
Nothing happens.
Nothing
Book 2
happens.
is my
There's no
favorite.
plot.
Yeah, very, very.
You know,
very-
my wife read book 1 and just picked up Before They Are Hanged 2 years later because of how slow book 1 was. So
Oh, wow.
Wow.
It doesn't.
we're going to
make
that. We're going to the signing here in a couple of weeks. So she's like, I think I'll go ahead and finish First Law before we go.
She already commented, agreed. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, the
it's-
First Law universe has one of Tori's favorite characters in Baez for sure.
Absolutely.
One of her all-time
All-time
faves.
faves. Yep.
Oh
Love
my
me some
God.
Baez. Love me some Baez.
I tell you what, watching Tori's vlog on First Law was just, oh God.
I also
mean,
like Baez.
The only vlog I've ever enjoyed more was Alan's Akatar vlog. That's probably going in the Hall of Fame. I don't think that there's a vlog that will ever beat that.
There was a character I really liked. I've only read Blade itself. And there's a character I really liked. And then, like, 2/3 of the way through the book, I'm like, oh, no, I hate this character. I don't like them at all anymore. And I was very sad because it was my favorite character. And I'm like, well, I can't tell anybody that now because that makes me a bad person. So,
Who is it, Giselle? You don't like Giselle?
okay, he can shut up. Like, get a job.
I mean,
He's
I'm
got
not
a
gonna be
job.
that guy. I would be like, you didn't understand, but I think you're supposed to hate Giselle.
No,
Yeah,
I do hate him. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about
West.
yes,
Logan?
West.
Oh,
yeah.
Major
I
West.
know what to
Oh,
do
the
around.
woman beater. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
West.
yeah.
I love West, and then I don't love him.
And
Oh,
then
I
West
know
has
why.
a, West
Became
has a
real.
darker side. Yeah.
He does have a redemption arc, is all I'll
He
say.
does.
Okay,
So-
well, I mean, I don't know why you got to be that way, West. No, I like Baez
It's a
because he's
trauma.
a good student.
Generational trauma, Alan.
I mean,
you know,
okay, like, okay.
Kind of my thing.
Well, look,
God, Evie Mux is a really weird way of
Baez
like,
is mean to his students, and I like it.
Oh yeah.
yes, you must relate there. He will not
I just
tolerate
love The
stupidity.
failure of the MacGuffin mission. That gave me so much joy, the way that ended. I was blissfully happy because it just completely just tipped the table on that whole theme. I was like, I love it so much.
I'll have to reread Blade itself when I continue.
So, John, was he kidding, or did you guys really make a bet if I would like the failures or not? Did you guys? Is that joking, or did y'all really make a bet?
No, I don't. I said I'm pushing my chips all in. I don't think that it'll be Mike's kind of book. But
Sounds like a
dude,
bet.
you proved me wrong.
I'm reviewing it this week. Excited.
Because I mean, you like it way more. Here's the thing. I was pretty high on it by the end when all the threads pull together. But
Yeah.
going through it, I was like, I'm not getting pulled back to this book.
no,
because
it's one of those.
there's
I'll
no
understand
connection.
if someone doesn't like it for sure.
Yeah. But by the
Definitely.
end, now I can't wait for book 2 because I think it's going to be the Hot Halls War, which I want answers and I want to see what happens, but that's only because the end pulls it all together. All the way up into that, and the only reason I was putting my chips there, Mike, was because you're saying, hey, this year I'm going to pull the DNF trigger way quicker if it's not working for me. And I was thinking,
Well, see,
he may not give it the time.
Dum-dum. I thought that was what it was. 'cause you thought
Oh
it was a
no! Come on, no way, no way.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's why people tell me don't read Gene Wolfe. It's way too smart for you.
I don't know. I think that I don't think that Gene Wolfe is too heavy for Mike. I just think Mike wants to know he's in the Allen camp.
It's hard.
Where he's going to want to know what's going on.
I don't understand
Right.
people who love to work while they read. Like,
Yeah.
I work all day. Like, I work all day. Like, I don't want to work anymore. Like, I don't.
I didn't find
I
it
do understand
work.
that every
I
now
liked
and then
it.
you want to be challenged. I get that. But I don't want to work that hard to freaking read a book. Like, I
Bill's
don't.
character.
Alan,
Bill's
you
character.
know, Alan, you know what the greatest genre for not working
If
while you read?
I'm not reading
Romance.
Emily Henry. Get out of my face.
I'm proud of you for staying so calm, Alan. It's really nice to see.
Yeah.
Look, I know that's a dig. I have Asperger's, but I know I've learned that certain things are said sarcastically. Jacob.
I almost choked on my coffee.
Exactly.
I already spill coffee everywhere, and I can just spit it all over the computer too. That'd be great.
I hope you accidentally witness a viewing of The King in Yellow, Jacob. I hope there's one.
That's a
playing
deep cut. That's a deep cut, man.
either. That's right. it is.
Brilliant.
I don't even know what that means, folks.
Oh, you got to get in on that.
I don't. Yeah. So Daw's sending me the Benjamin Lyers book, so I'm gonna read it. I think in June or July. hopefully I like it as much as it's
Well,
liked.
what
I
I
just
haven't
thought-
read Cloud Atlas, but a lot of people said if you like, you'd probably like Cloud Atlas. I was like, well, Brian told me I'd hate Cloud Atlas, but
I did.
so just to see if you notice, I said I heard you like Cloud Atlas
I
a
know.
lot, so maybe you'll like the fifth.
I know.
You know what, Mike? I think if you would get past the beginning of Cloud Atlas, I think you'd love it by the end.
I think he would too, but I think he never gets past
I'm kind
40
of
pages.
in the middle where Alan is. It's like I don't like this bullshit where you got to have like a PhD in physiology to understand something or psychology or whatever. With me, it's like I can trust the process if you're telling me they're getting me there. But if it's just, yeah, I'm just making this up as I go along now. I'm good.
Yeah. See, I was
I agree
afraid
with
of that with the liars. I was afraid it wasn't going to pull together. I didn't trust it. That's what it was. I didn't trust it. But by the end, it did pull together.
I'll have my reaction in June or July.
I can't wait for the DNF text. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be amazing.
They're like, quit.
Yeah.
You're like, dude, not what. But I don't DNF, so I mean, I'll punish myself and read the book, one way or the other. Worst case is that ends up in a video at the end of the year is a disappointment. But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, the bright side, nothing can be worse than The Magicians, right, Brian?
Oh, nothing will be worse than Magicians.
I get asked a lot if I've read that, so you're saying I shouldn't.
I'm saying
Alan's trying
that
to kill me.
I'm saying that I would rather read the Song of Susanna once a week than
Jesus.
read the Magicians ever again.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
I actually lost faith in a Song of Ice and Fire creator this week because midstream talking in depth about some really I should have a life content and midstream The Magicians, great book. And I was like, oh, you might have lost me.
Yeah. No, horrible. I mean, like, and the worst part is that the man can write. It's like you read it and you don't feel like that Lev Grossman doesn't know how to write a sentence. He's good at it. It's horrible content, but not for the sake of this guy has no business writing, because he's technically, I think, a pretty adept writer. It's just the book itself sucked. But
I feel like Rick Thunder would really like The Magicians, though, especially all those hot tub scenes.
he might later on in the book when they're post academia and they're kind of hanging out, getting to know each other a little bit better. Rick might. Rick's actually going to come back to the channel, folks. I know you guys have been asking. He's been on Hot Tub World Tour 2025. I think the first book he's going to be reviewing, if I got the memo correct, is Discovery by J.A.J. Minton.
Oh, that I can't wait to see. How much whipped cream is involved?
I don't know. You have to ask his agent. But the writer is worse this year.
Yeah.
Since he became a BookTube sensation and darling, the writer for the amount of whipped cream cans has really escalated. It's going to be difficult. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I'm going to make that happen. Chance says yes. Need more Rick Thunder takes. I agree. Marianne says you're actually making me want to try The Magicians. I don't know, Marianne.
This guy used to have in the Discord, and everything that people like kind of herded around as being terrible, he made it a point to read it. And I'm just like, okay, that's an interesting flex. Go for it. Like he read like every Brian Weeks book just because I'm railing on him.
Oh God.
Yeah.
God, yeah. Oof. Mike, you made it further in the
what, Lightbringer?
Yeah, you made it further than I did. Yeah.
I read the first book.
Be happy you got out when you did then.
I got off after the first book too. I got out.
Okay.
You and me too.
It'll make you even more angry because book 2 is awesome.
Oh.
Yeah.
It'll
make you even more mad. Yeah.
I think the biggest, at least in my opinion, the biggest fall off the cliff ever though is the Warded Man series.
Yeah.
Because you talk about a book one that was
amazing book 1.
A 10 out of 10.
Even book 2, I was like, I understand what he's trying to do, so I can roll with it. And it's like, wow. Book 3 was like, wow, you really, really want to write erotic novels, don't you?
Right.
Really? I mean, you're really horny, aren't you?
Yeah.
And then book 4 is like, I can't even finish this. Yeah.
But, right. And I DNF the series is what I ended up doing. So I finished book 4.
I sold my hardcovers. Yeah.
I was like, I don't even care what happens. I don't. And it was like so crazy to me because I loved book 1 so much. Way before doing BookTube, way before I even watched, knew that BookTube existed.
I read Worded Man in one day.
Yeah.
And it's not it, but it's pretty good for me to get through that book in one day.
Still a chunk, man.
And yeah, it was so good.
You're
But man,
probably a grown-up with a job and like responsibilities.
yeah. Some would argue.
Absolutely.
Some would
Well,
argue
I'm
about
sorry to say
the
I
adult
can't
part.
stay on too long, but I wanted to pop in and say happy birthday to you, Brian.
Well,
Happy to have you on BookTube.
Good, go read the Devils.
Yeah.
Jacob,
Push through, brother. Push through.
Jacob,
you can't leave me here as the youngest. Please don't.
I know.
Everyone get back to the Hollywood Squares talk and make Tori
I
uncomfortable.
thought
So
Brian
it's
was the
me.
youngest here. How old are you, Brian? 23, 24?
yes.
Okay, good. So there is
23
some
plus
history
24?
underneath.
If you add
Okay, good.
23 and 24, I'm slightly older than that. So, yeah.
How old are you? John's 60. Isn't that what you said, John, when we talked?
Yeah, I will be 60 in September.
Dad,
That's
God.
crazy to me.
How old are you, Brian?
Today I am 5'5".
50.
Double nickel.
Dang, that's
Double nickel.
I just
And
wanna
I
say,
actually think I look
guys-
okay for 55, given my
gracious,
historic level of partying throughout the 90s, the 2000s,
I'd say,
and the
didn't you run a nightclub? I'm surprised.
Yeah.
You're older.
right? I mean, I should be. But I'm a child at heart, you guys, and because I haven't done the whole family thing, I've not had to have the responsibilities that a lot of you guys have had, already. So
Christina
we
will
not
tell you
recommend.
my biggest concern, like seriously, with having kids, I'm like, it's going to make me old. Like it's going to turn me old, and I don't want it. Like
ask Mike and
It's like
Philip.
it's the greatest, but I
and
don't
also
recommend it.
keep you young.
Your
Would
hair
not
is going to be
recommend.
entirely gray, Alan, in a year.
no.
Yes.
Yeah, I used to be that nice salt and pepper thing. It's just extra salt now, bro.
That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable.
Extra salt.
No,
That's why it's
I'm
like
not
after
doing
about 2 days, like all right, that's got to go. Yeah,
I'm not doing it, Christina.
I don't know. My kid keeps me young because I don't have to edit.
that's
Oh my God.
Is that-
We
is
are
that
all
I'm good
we
for?
are all so
Can you
jealous
teach my
of that.
child how to edit
Yeah.
something so I don't have
Gotta
to
get
do
him
it?
started.
I think Atticus, by the time he's about 5, will be ready to
Atticus
start
can't do anything
editing.
but point at the fan. That's all he can do. That's not true.
It's exponential,
Okay.
Alan.
He
We
can
really
point
need
at
to
many
make-
things, but everything is duh, duh.
I got a shirt, the T-shirt that says Atticus
Oh,
on it.
and you can't measure it by
I should read a
speech,
book
Alan.
that
It's a
that
boy.
Alan really likes and wear it.
Dang. Why do you have a shirt that says
It's Atticus Finch.
I love Atticus Finch.
I got the shirt. It's Atticus Finch. Got the dead mockingbird on the sleeve, but it's like extra large from back when I indulged a lot more in carbohydrates than I do now.
Before keto.
I had to read that book 3 years in a row because
I mean, I think you meant to say you got to read that
Yes.
book 3 years in a row, sir.
Got to.
No,
Exactly.
I did not want to read that book then. I'm like kind of on Alan's page when it comes to high schoolers and middle schoolers being given certain texts and forcing them to read if they don't like it. I had to read that book in 8th grade. Then I
It
switched
builds
schools. I had to
character,
read
Brian.
it in 9th grade. Then I had
Okay.
to read it again, switching schools in 10th grade.
I didn't like it as a kid either, but as an adult, I love it. Like I didn't
Yeah.
like it in school, but
I
I
read it
didn't
in
like getting
freshman
it.
year. I loved it. Yeah.
Man, I love the movie. Like
Oh, the movie's great.
Beautiful movie.
Yeah,
Gregory,
I mean, I think if I read it today, I would thoroughly enjoy it.
I learned what a
but
chifforobe was from that book, and let me tell you how
I
many
don't
times
even-
I've had occasion to say the word chifforobe.
I'm
Guessing
gonna.
twice.
Is that word in any of the Adan trilogy, Philip Chase?
If it's
No.
not, it
You know
should
what
be.
words in the Dan trilogy a lot? Curdle,
Cobb.
Bernie, Elf Shard. These are
Bernie
words
is in
I
there
say all
quite
the
a bit.
time.
Don't forget
Raven.
dragons.
I am convinced that Philip peppers his sentences with words that begin and end with th. And Yoth does both. And the problem is that when you've got dry mouth or you're sick or you got snot in your system, those ths, I've had to re-record those lines so many times because it's just like this really long, wet-sounding sound, and I'm like, that's disgusting. I'd kill myself if I had to listen to that.
See,
So I gotta go record it, and it's everywhere. And also, everyone grasps things. Just have them grab it, Philip. Just have them grab it.
they don't grab it back in days of yore. They
I know,
grasp
but
them.
the word grasped is hard to say at a clip. Like it's hard to say grasped quickly. So I'm like, son of a.
Alan, I'm sorry to tell you this, but in book 3, there are a lot of Theos grasping things.
Oh my gosh.
Once you get that
I
PhD,
take back my ambitions of wanting to record audiobooks, by the way.
Right?
Alan, once you get that
PhD,
PhD, no one can just pick anything up.
There are so many things that when you're reading, it doesn't even occur. But then when you're having to say it out loud and then like hear, I'm like, I'm gonna find every author and stop them.
The hardest sentence was he pocketed it.
Pocketed it.
I
gotta head out before Alan explodes.
Jacob,
I love you, Brian.
thank you for popping in, brother.
Nice to meet you, Mike, Derry, Evie. I don't, or Alan, of course. We've never actually talked before, but nice to meet you guys.
Bro, we've talked before. What do you mean nice to meet you?
We've talked before, Mike. When?
No.
When I was on your channel?
No, I was. That was.
Well, I guess you weren't fully
me.
on the camera yet. You were just kind of
Yeah, you wasn't there.
I wasn't there.
You're being
Nice to meet you.
editing boy.
Anytime you want to talk, brother, let me know.
I will do. I'll help you with lights.
Anytime you want to edit Mike's videos, let him know.
John is like, if I
He
offered
might
to like
do.
fly him in and have him set up the lighting.
Yeah. We'll make it work. We can do it.
Dude,
Seriously.
he's looking for a trip.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I think all of us would just love to know what it's like sometime to come in, sit down, say what we're going to say, leave the
Then
room,
hand it over.
and then all of a sudden 2 days later there's a
And they're also
video.
putting like clips on Instagram for you and shit. Jeez,
No, my
man.
wife
mom
does that.
Yeah,
What
I don't-
That's
exactly?
the missus.
You got a whole team.
yeah.
You got a whole team. My team asked me, why do I got to go do that again? That's what my team
You
asked
know
me.
what it is? It's because he's the oldest. He's
You-
developed the crew.
John, do you get massages too every time you make a video?
Do they get
Yeah.
the refills?
Yeah.
He's-
Because your videos are a lot longer than mine, so they get your refills and stuff too, don't they? Man.
Oh yeah, I actually just have a bell I ring.
that's-
John, is there still a place to order your book?
Amazon May 15th.
You can pre-order the ebook on Amazon right now.
I can't.
It
I
releases Amazon May
can't
15th.
pre-order one of those nice ones with the signature on it anymore. Did I miss my
That's
window?
all shut. That's all shut down.
Alan, I actually ordered 2. I will send you one.
Bless you.
I was gonna say, Alan, if you really want one,
I
got
dropped the ball. I don't even remember the last 2 weeks. This baby's been sick,
Wow.
and we had to take him to the ER for his upper respiratory infection, which is terrifying. Hearing the kid with the croup,
oh yeah.
Oh no, that's awful.
Oh, that's
terrifying.
the worst.
like
It's
The
terrifying.
worst.
This is our first health scare.
You're scared they're going to stop breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
it's
like-
horrible.
Christina, weren't we? Yeah, we were afraid that like if we put him back to sleep, like he was gonna, quit
Stop
breathing.
breathing.
We went through that with my older one.
It was
Yeah.
very scary.
terrifying. Yeah.
Nah,
My
he's-
imaginary
just
kids
out
scare the hell out of me.
You know
all
what,
the time.
Brian?
Hi, Brian. I'm so
Sorry,
sorry.
to turn out like you.
You
All
know,
my years to fall out.
you know what I'm gonna miss? I'm gonna miss my mother texting me at midnight every year on Father's Day, saying, "Well, did you make it another year without a knock at the door?"
Okay.
My mother was
She was
hilarious. You guys.
You know what? This year for Father's Day, we should send Jacob to Minnesota just to knock on your door.
Seriously.
Oh my gosh.
That would be
Okay, we're
hilarious.
gonna have to start a group
Oh.
fund me for that one.
She's like, my mom would be like, "Well, you could toast another year if you're not an absentee father somewhere." I'm like, "Okay, Mom, that's fair enough." Yeah.
Yeah, Alan,
But-
hit me up, Alan. I will make sure you get a copy if you want a signed copy. I will take care of you, my brother.
I appreciate
I
it.
actually think Alan's gonna really love the book too. So I think
I want to read it. If I could get out. Well, first of all, I got bit by the black company because I'm like, I got to finish this stupid series. Again, I haven't read it in 20 years. But then
Alan,
I
you
was
will
like,
love Discovery. You absolutely will. I think. Yeah.
You've
If
read
you
it.
like, if you like Lovecraft,
do like
you'll
Lovecraft.
dig it, Alan.
All right, I gotta go. Bye, everybody. Have
See
a
you,
great
Jacob.
weekend.
I'm excited to read it.
and we do have someone else joining us shortly too as well. I just took a look.
Well, good.
at my
Jacob
phone.
shuffled off. I don't know what happened to Mike.
Mike is getting coffee.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how that dude can drink coffee
Dude, this
caffeinated.
late? That's crazy.
Same. I do the same.
Do you
I
really?
have to drink
Mike.
coffee this late to get this far, guys.
Mike, I also drink coffee this late. and
But
people
do you
give
not
me
wake
crap about
up throughout the? Well, obviously Alan's waking up through the night because he's got a baby.
Yeah, he's got
it.
a
No,
baby.
my child has slept through the night since he was 3 months old. We have been fortunate, and I don't care that he can't do anything else.
It's like
He sleeps
iocane
through the
powder.
night.
I've spent my lifetime building up an immunity to caffeine.
Yes.
Christina,
that's
if this new
very
baby
smart.
doesn't sleep through the night, I'm giving it back.
To who? To who, Alan?
I will.
You're in trouble. The second one is always the opposite
I
of the
can
first.
sell a baby.
Look, just drop them off at the fire department. They still have those, right?
I'm gonna knock on Brian's door.
There you go, and hand it off.
Absolutely. Hey, John, if you want to send, Zach is asking if he can join in. If he wants to come on screen, that's cool. If you want to send him the link.
I also have to get going, actually, so I'll make space for someone.
You got to go grade papers, Philip? Because I'm
in the last week of the semester. I have so many papers to grade. You wouldn't believe it.
Philip, before you go, you have to say hello to my sister, who is here, saying happy birthday.
Hello,
I truly have the best sister in the world. There is no doubt.
Hey,
I got to hang out with her
better than my
today.
sister.
Oh, my sister.
She doesn't exist.
Yeah, well, not a high bar there, but no. Got to hang out with
trying
my
to set
sister.
you up for easy wins, man. Easy wins.
Yeah, she's just incredible on every potential level. So glad that she's
I do
here.
want to say too, since she's here, I was so moved by what she said at your mother's funeral. It was so beautiful. Just beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's right, Nick. Actually, yeah, Philip and John and some of the other folks were able to watch it live. So,
yeah.
And the interesting thing is that we weren't even sure if she was going to speak, and she just kind of surprised us all.
Amazing!
Like made a call literally as we were walking into the temple. Like she was just decided she was going to do it. And the funny part is that's something my mom would have done. Like she would have just decided in the moment that, yeah, you know what, I'm going to do this. Okay, so. It was very cool that way. Chris Navo, God, there's another person I forgot to send a Discord thing to. Chris, if you want to come on, let me know. We'll send you a link. I've been so obviously you guys discombobulated for the last month that I am just amazed I remembered to invite the people that I have. My sister says, thanks guys. Your support has been so amazing. It's totally true. And like I said, I mean, just before you go, Philip, I without doubt, I mean, with all due respect to everybody who's here that my mom watched, her favorite person to probably watch was Philip, because she just felt like there's this kindness emanating from him that even though she didn't know what books, he was necessarily reading, the just genuine warmth that was coming through was phenomenal. And I know that she loved Tori so much because Tori was one of the first guests that I had on here, and also because that was where she got introduced to Janny Wirtz for the first time, is when Tori had Janny on, and my mom just thought that was like meeting somebody that is just like, oh my God, I need to know everything there ever was to know about this person. And that was really, really meaningful. So anyway, Philip, you are tagged out. You are free to go because Zach has just tagged in.
A massive downgrade compared to Philip, but that is
no. I have to say, look, the kindness is possible because so many people have been kind to me here in this community, and I'm just trying to pay it forward, really. So it's just wonderful to know you all, Brian. Happy birthday, my friend. And,
thank you.
And we all love you. So
thank you so much.
Good night, Philip.
All right, go do your thing, Philip. And Anitha says she is late to the party. Happy birthday, Brian. Excellent. Look at that hat. He is rocking, by the way, folks.
Alan's costumes out.
And it fits.
Oh, look at Janny Wirtz is piping in, Brian.
I see that. Janny says, I regret not having the chance to know your mom, Brian. Janny, I got to tell you, she felt like she knew you. And if you know me, like I mentioned before, you know everything that you need to know about my mom, because I am just everything about her is very woven into my personality. So if you like me enough to be here, you would have loved my mom too, for sure. Alan is so fancy right now. I don't even know what to say. It's phenomenal.
I'm glad I'm not still in my pajamas.
I think that should just be your main recording outfit from now on, Alan.
Yeah.
Have the top hat. Have that be your new thing.
How will I get the headphones over my top hat?
The Artful Dodger reads.
That's what I was just going to say, Artful Dodger vibes.
Look, Artful Dodger, Jack Wild playing the Artful Dodger.
Yes, thank you.
One of the best performances of all time, right?
It's tremendous. Oliver exclamation point.
Yes, you got to pick a pocket or two.
Oh, there is no one like the inestimable Ron Moody who does that role. Like he is so good.
So good.
Ron Moody
look-
is brilliant.
You look like you just popped out of a Dickens novel, you know.
Hello.
Hello.
I would love it if Alan just, decides, say, screw it, and shows up to class wearing that hat. As if he's not. It just goes about his
I'm shocked
business.
that I have it.
Oh,
I have a bunch of other stuff at school.
I would pay money for that.
Just going about his business, teaching a normal class, making no, notice
You
about
have no
it at all.
reference to it. You'd be the duck man, Alan. What duck?
I love it. Zach, what are you reading right now? We've asked kind of the group
Well,
here.
I
What do you
I got this in the mail yesterday. You know,
Okay.
and
Oh, you got the
I'm
fancy bookmark too.
yeah, even the lowliest booktuber on this whole channel got us somehow. But
No such thing.
Oh, yeah. But
There you go. Thank you, Derry.
I'm kind of in the same boat as Jacob. I'm reading a lot of One Piece, and I have Paranesi on audiobook that I'm.
Piranesi!
Don't talk about One Piece online.
Oh,
No, it's been very.
Was that a year
very,
ago already,
very-
Mike? Was that a year ago?
I think so.
I
something like
think
that.
it was. It has to be about a year by now.
On that. I rail anytime someone mentions, how because I thought you were a great addition to the team.
Yeah, I was having a blast. I was
Me too.
so
I was
pissed
having a blast
when that
watching.
Yeah.
I was actually going to start reading
internet.
again once we got to those points.
It's not too late, John, Philip, Mike, because right after Snorpia, as you put it, you get to like peak storytelling.
That's what my
Mike,
oldest.
it
son
is
told me.
It's
Snorpia.
true.
The Snorpia. Oh, I'm sorry. Who cares? I don't. Oh well, did you know how important Skypia is to the future? I don't care.
Yeah.
No, I do not care. It is
See,
boring.
I am one of those people that think it's important, but you know what? Alan is okay with his opinion.
That's
and
what I'm
he
saying,
does it in a
Zach.
hilarious
I'll
way.
plow
So
through it.
he-
I don't know.
Something can be important, and I can still think it's boring. Like,
John,
Exactly.
John, your group isn't past that point yet, are they?
Oh no,
Nope,
we're
not
just
yet.
about to get up to volume 17. We're
We're
nowhere
about
near
to Drum
Skype.
Island.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's going to be great.
I'll get
We're-
back on when
we're-
you guys get to that point.
We're like
then.
at Drum Island, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I said right at the beginning of the stream, I still have my very first books 1, 2,
Your
and 3
emergency button.
of East Blue to break in case of channel, collapse.
Brian, it's not too late.
Break glass
it's not
in case
too late,
of
brother.
emergency.
Exactly. I mean, it's
behind you.
it's ready and waiting.
Yeah, my break glass case emergency is to finally actually use this Kobo I bought and review it.
Are you gonna bring?
How
it on
long
your,
has
are
it
you gonna-
been?
Are you gonna bring it on your trip, or are you gonna take the Kindle?
The thing is I still got so much digital credits on Amazon. I'm just using all of them up.
You gotta use them.
So I don't want to lose them. So I'm just using them, and I'm just all right. Well, eventually I'll get there. So yeah, when it's the spring, that's when all the analytics always go to shit. So I'm like, hey, maybe I'll just keep the Kobo for when things are at their darkest hour.
Yeah, because your Kindle one's still the most watched, isn't it?
Yeah, no, the horror video, but I mean, all those Kindle videos are really, not as much as they used to be, but some of those early
Well,
ones still, back when the audio didn't even match my lips, people still watch those videos. It's weird.
Oh yeah, I remember those. Yep.
Yeah. People still watch those Wheel of Time videos. I'm like,
I
God.
watched those old Stephen King multiverse, ones where you were at the desk. Yep.
Yeah. Good time.
That's too funny. Tori, when do you? I think you said it earlier, but for people who've joined us late, when is your book coming out?
Ooh, yeah.
Specifically.
So Cold Silver is my new one. It's a fantasy western, if anybody has not heard of it before, and it's coming out May 27th. You can pre-order it on Amazon in ebook and paperback, and on my website, which is just torytekken.com, if you want the signed version and or the deluxe version with goodies. So
Excellent.
Yep.
Yeah.
So when you finished reading Discovery,
mine's a lot shorter. Yeah, so if you need a brain break after Discovery, let me know.
Your book long, John?
Hold on.
No, it's like
Laura.
450 pages.
Thank you,
and
Laura.
Laura's book is already available.
Yeah, I like I said, I've read Cold Silver for Souls, and it's good. I didn't know
if
Tori
everybody
had that
except me
in it.
hadn't read it, I'd say, hey, Quilluminati pig.
Totally.
Yes, I would.
I'd be good with that because that would give me a month off.
No, to be honest with you, at John's age, he may have forgotten it already.
Our Sherpa to Discovery.
Oh, that's
At his,
true.
at
That would be
his
great.
advanced age, he may not remember the events of that story.
Quite possibly.
Unfortunately, Philip and I have already read it, so yeah. But
I mean, I'm sure this is just as dense as Book of the New Sun, you know. So you know.
No. It
No.
most assuredly is not.
It is most assuredly not.
That very calm and deliberate no was kind of awesome.
At this point, my first question is it shorter than Wind and Truth? Yes? Okay.
Oh, yes.
Mike will be sucked into that book in the first 2 pages.
Oh, yeah.
Because
it
of,
is made for you.
Because of
It's
Manny.
totally made for you, Mike.
Manny, the character.
I wasn't sure how you feel about Dungeon Crawler Carl, but this, I can guarantee, you'll love.
Yeah, that's a Mike book for sure.
I'll be an epic, John.
Color Crawl 2 is all right. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yep, that's fine.
I'm with you there too.
Great.
They sort of blend together a little bit for me. Derry would probably have a more accurate idea of book to book.
Well, I've also finished the whole series.
Two is my least favorite.
I'm kind of glad, Brian, because I was afraid it was going to be one of those things where I was like, well, I got to do one of these every month, and then I would be where you guys are, but you have to wait. I don't. Waiting sucks.
Yeah.
Waiting
is not great.
That's why
I've been
I'm
waiting.
going really slow. Like I just finished 2 a while back. I'm going really slow.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to binge. I mean, I did, but that's fine.
Yeah, I did too, but that's okay.
I know, Navo. It's like I'm like that dinosaur who won't write his own book.
You need to do it, Mike. You need to do it.
No, seriously. Like Mike and I should co-author a book. 2 guys who have absolutely
got a lot of good ideas, but I'll let smarter people than me write it. How's that?
that's not
I'll
me.
pitch some ideas and let someone else write it.
Yeah, damn
the
it.
Other dinosaur in this call, Mike, John, has his own team on the top of that as well. So on top of editing, he can also have all his writings transcribed into the computer for him.
That's true.
John, what is it you would say that you do here?
As little as possible.
I love that line. That might be the line of the night. If I remix this and I put a little coming up, it'll be Mike saying to John, "What is it exactly you do here?"
Yeah, what do you do here? My honest answer to that, Mike, is if I'm successful, absolutely nothing.
I mean, that's the best way, man.
Yeah,
do what you love every working day in your life, right
there.
Man, oh my gosh, what else can we talk about, you guys?
Oh, any number of things.
We have so many.
I have a question.
Let's shoot. Yeah,
Mike, what are you reading right now?
I'm trying to think what I'm reading after this. We got a Illuminati pick coming up. We're going to be doing The Stress of Her Regard. And it's like a fantasy horror book because it's the best way to get Philip to try a horror book. And I can't wait to be like, oh, yeah, wasn't that creepy? And then Philip tells me about these layers and these themes that I didn't even see. And I feel like a complete idiot. And I'm like, oh, okay, that wasn't what I was expecting. But that's what I love about Philip. He makes me think.
He will find the stuff in there. I'm excited.
Alan, he will tell me all the things I don't understand. He will explain it to me. He'll tell me you'd only think that you read Stress of Her Regard.
No, and Philip will do it in a way where
gentlemanly.
No, he'll gaslight you where he's really insulting you. Call him out on it. It's like I didn't say any of that. Yeah, you did, Philip. I can read the subtext.
I saw your book snob video with Philip. That was
I know. Where Philip gaslighted every one of us there. Philip. I'm
it was genius.
On this channel.
Are you walking back some of your own snobbery?
What? No, I'm not walking back any of it.
Okay, this is what we should do for the next Illuminati read, though, Stress of Her Regard, right? Every time Philip starts waxing about the history of the romantic poets, we all have to take a shot.
Dude, I figured that's going to be the longest Illuminati episode yet because he's going to talk about Keats and Lord Byron. And
every time he brings up the romantics and the history of romantic poetry, we have to take a shot.
You will die.
Oh, look who's in the green room.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey.
I got to DNF this video now. See y'all later.
Exactly.
You put the K9 in the frame just for me, buddy. Thank you.
Janny Warts approves of the Illuminati book.
Yeah. Did you get a haircut?
Yes,
I did. I know.
I moderated for him, and in the bookstore, he went and bought that for me and handed it to me and said, "Read it." So I figured I'd better.
Look at all these discoveries.
All right.
This is turned into the Discovery Channel. I love it.
The Discovery Channel. Nice.
I got
See what you did there.
For legal purposes, that's not a copyright, okay?
For the BellTube people that don't know the lore of this, tell us how you shut down the entire post office, or maybe 2 of them. to get these
we were politely asked not to bring back any more loads of books to the first post office we were going to.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We made
So they don't want your business?
we made so many trips. They said, "You guys have got to start taking these to somewhere else." So yeah,
That is excellent.
That's the purpose of the
Share the
post
love.
office.
You're just going to share the love.
Yeah, my
We had to
PO
sh-
box
we had to share
it's
the
a
love.
home-owned place, so they get annoyed if I come every day, but yet they get mad if there's anything there more than a day. So I was like,
Yeah.
It's
It's taking
you
up
guys are just
space.
pissed, huh?
Too much.
I mean, as a first-time author, it's got to be a good problem to have.
Right.
Yeah, you're selling books, so that's good. Andrew, what are you starting and not finishing?
I am on Beware of Chicken 4, and I am on Rise of the Automated Empire by Dennis M. Myers. I'm 20% into Final Assembly.
So is that the first book?
Yeah.
Final
really
Assembly? Because I know, John, you've read it, and I have a copy because Dennis has sent me a copy as well. And I'm sure Mike's probably
I
got
love
one
that
sitting
cover.
there somewhere too. But you're liking it.
Yeah. It's so different because it's set like 1,400 years in the future. And it's got like this serial killer. It's got AI elements, like interfaces with augmented reality in real time. And it's so incredibly interesting how it's being woven together. And Dennis served on I think he was in the Navy, and he served on submarines. So when he's doing the spaceships, it's very much run like a submarine, and it's awesome.
Yeah, I've got.
What is it called?
It's
Final
a weird
Assembly?
title. It's called Final Assembly is the name of the first book.
series
Rise
is
of the Automated Empire, Final Assembly.
Yeah, I've got 1, 2, and 3 behind me. They're out of frame.
I've got all 4. I bought them all.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's going to be a
covers
good.
are dope.
How many books have you done that with, Andrew, and then got rid of?
Too many. Let me tell you.
Hundreds.
I've made a list over the years. It's very massive.
Oh,
I may end up having to buy this entire collection because these are so cool looking now.
Oh, those are nice.
This is
What is
this.
that?
I showed this up earlier. An IRL friend of mine got into Dresden after watching one of my urban fantasy videos, and he sent me this Easton Press edition of Stormfront.
What?
Full
I need
leather
those
bound,
in my life.
the gold, edges and all of that.
Stormfront.
The whole
sounds
set is
expensive
not
when there's,
available from Easton Press.
18 books out. Yeah.
This just feels like a really solid book, but
I
sadly, you're right.
And you need to
Only done the
link
first
me that
3.
sometime, Brian. I love those.
Yeah, but whoever I was talking over, whoever said it, but yeah, there's no way there's all 18 of them at these.
Grimo
I
Press.
think they could run you into some money trying to get all
Oh, I
those.
bet.
Yeah.
Like Michael J. Sullivan sent me that deluxe edition of Drumandor, and I'm like, well, damn, now I got to spend my own money to get books 1 through 4.
Right?
And they aren't cheap.
No, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I gotta organize these again. But now that I've kind of got my mom's shrine back there, my books are all clustered off camera for the most part too. So
I wish I had a room big enough where I could front face some books again. I'd really like to.
Yeah, I miss front facing.
I mean, I have way more books here than are in frame for sure. I
think all of us do at this point.
Yeah, the ones that I front face, I do because I want people to get an idea of the kind of books that I like because it's a relatively newish channel. 18 months old. And I'm like, I want people to, at least when they flip on, if they see a title that they're familiar with, they go, oh, okay, this dude reads maybe similar.
See, mine's just where my camera worked. That's where,
but you're OG, dude. You're OG. You're 6 years into this. Alan's got to be 4 years into this? 5?
Mike, you've been doing this 6 years?
Excuse me.
I hit 6 years in April, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
6 years.
I missed Alan's comment. What did Alan say?
Class of 2020.
5 years.
5 years in, I think, July.
Yeah.
Were you a virus that shall not be named guy who was like, I got to get online, get out some of this energy?
What?
Is that what it was? During COVID.
Oh, during COVID? No, I was just, I don't know why I decided to do that. Because I don't go anywhere anyway. So my life wasn't appreciably altered by being stuck at home.
Yeah.
And
I actually said that when it was happening. I was like, oh, they say you got to stay home. Like, oh, me just like I was going to do anyway? Okay.
No, I
I
was
thought
just
it was
like,
brilliant.
I can do that, and so I did, and
I didn't even know BookTube existed until maybe 2021-ish,
2019 when
2022.
I learned it was a thing, and I had no idea. I was like, wait, I'm getting comments on videos? What the hell?
Yeah.
Since when?
Yeah. I mean, but you know how YouTube works too. You watch 3 videos of the same topic, and then that's all you're going to see for at least a week. So like right now, I've got nothing except for fixing a toilet that's got a toilet, crack at the bottom. All I'm getting now. I'm not even.
Fly me in,
And you
Andy.
guys know
Fly me
that
in
I'm
and
right,
I'll fix
because
it
if
for
you're
you.
watching YouTube, you know that this has happened to you
I think in
before.
2019, all I was using YouTube for was movie trailers and video game reviews and sports. So I had none of this stuff. I had no idea that people talked about books on YouTube.
Yeah.
Until a happy accident. Yeah.
I watched a lot of
books
Let's Plays, a lot of games that I'd played before that I wanted to see somebody else experience for the first time. I've watched a lot of YouTube Let's Plays, but had no idea.
Watch those Let's Play of Roblox and Minecraft shit like constantly.
Oh God, no, that I could not do.
Oh my God.
For me, only narrative story games.
Plays.
Me neither.
Alan, are you playing any games right now?
I just finished Expedition 33.
Dude,
how was it?
Oh, how is it?
Fucking great.
Really good. The music, first of all,
It's
the soundtrack
amazing.
is the bangingest RPG
Yeah,
soundtrack
I'm getting that soundtrack for sure.
forever. And then, Mike, they left the freaking Manor song off the official soundtrack.
I'm going to need to grab that.
Really?
Yes, and the Manor song is great. Anyway, and I just finished the game, and it's really good. The fact that it is made, one, it actually takes some narrative chances, which is really, really cool. 2, it is made by a team of 30 people.
Yeah.
And they sold it for $50. And now they could
And the person that did the soundtrack, they got off of SoundCloud.
Yeah, they found his SoundCloud.
You're kidding me.
Guys, Expedition 33 has absolutely bent over their knee and spanked
the entire industry.
These freaking AAA studios that say they can't get a game out.
I said I feel like this is what I wanted Final Fantasy 16 to be. This is
no, they've absolutely embarrassed Squaresoft because literally the guy in charge of Final Fantasy said, well, people aren't really looking for turn-based games anymore. Like it doesn't. And I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry,
I'm
what?
not people.
Right.
Like Expedition 33 cleaned the clock of FF16. Sorry,
Hey, fantasy fans will love it. The storyline's spectacular.
But that's it. It's a story. It tells a narrative where so much of the AAA games now are just all about grind, and they don't have a story to tell.
This is what happened.
No
John.
microtransactions, no PvP. It's just
in the PS2 era. This is why the best stories were in the PS2 era, because the machine was only X powerful. So they could only get X amount of graphics out of it. So they had some time and money left to spend on, I don't know, writing a story that anybody would give a crap about.
And a good soundtrack, yeah.
And now the graphic, everyone is so concerned with making everything photorealistic that they focus so much on that, except for the fact that freaking Expedition 33 looks great.
It looks
right.
incredible.
Great.
Yeah, 30 people.
Hobby Vomit, my wife is playing
really
it right
cool about
now.
They did it in 4 years.
While I'm on this, my wife is
They
playing
made it in
Blueprints
4
right
years?
now. Yeah.
So
Yeah, the studio was founded in 2020.
Oh,
Yeah.
Blue Palace is also really good.
Somebody left. I think they left Ubisoft, and they were like, "Nah, I'm just going to go do
the
our
guy
own
said
thing."
he had
Yeah, he's a big wheelie too. He's a wheelie.
Board at Ubisoft. So
That's
it's
awesome.
great. I really hope that the game industry takes the right message, which is like, hey guys, it is possible to make a decent game that people like in a short amount of time.
And you don't need a staff of 20,000 people to do it.
It doesn't need to cost $500 million to make a freaking video game. It doesn't.
But you have to tell a story. It has to be an interactive narrative.
Yeah, but guess what lesson they're gonna take? They're gonna copy it. There's gonna be a whole bunch of ripoff.
That's what would be great is if we put microtransactions in it.
Yeah, and make it a live service.
DLC's coming out for it, and I am so freaking excited. I need to know I don't know where everybody stands in it. Anyway, there's a plot.
The first hour will have you so hooked, you'll be like, I don't understand what's going on, but God, I
I'm
got to
getting
find
this
out.
tonight.
There's a plot thread that they mention, and it's never mentioned again in the rest of the game. I know for a fact it's got to be the focus of the DLC, because I'm like, what is that? Like, I want to know more about that in the world. I skip through dialogue in RPGs because there's just so much of it. Like, so I just read it quick. I don't listen to the performance. I read it quickly in advance. The story was so gripping, and the performance of the actors was so good. Andy Serkis plays A major
it is.
character
Yeah,
in there.
Daredevil is the lead. Daredevil.
Yeah,
Matt,
Charlie Cox is
Charlie Cox.
Really? I see. I didn't
Andy
even know any
Serkis
of
was
this.
in it. Really, I did not know that.
Andy
See,
Serkis.
so they put their money into performance and story, performance to tell the story, and someone to write the story. That's where a big chunk of that budget
The
went.
acting is tremendous. Like the
Wow.
acting is really, really good, and they do some narrative things that so many games are afraid. Like, and books, fantasy books too. They're afraid to take narrative chances because they're afraid of it failing because it's too big of a risk.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it succeeds. Like it is really, really. Thank you, Chris. It's so good.
Yeah.
Are you
If
finished
you
with
can
it?
stomach turn-based, because I know a lot of people just can't play turn-based games, but
I love
if
it.
you can,
Oh.
play it immediately.
I love
It's-
turn-based.
I think
I
this
mean,
could be your
It's what
next
I've been
game
waiting
or
for out
two.
of Final Fantasy games since like 9.
My
But
favorite.
we're all
what,
today stuck into oblivion right now.
I'm stuck in
what
oblivion
platforms
right
is it
now.
on?
I want to be stuck in Oblivion.
I'm
anything.
stuck
It's
in
on
oblivion.
PC, it's on PS5, it's on Xbox.
My
It's on what
favorite
now?
RPGs.
PS5, Xbox, and PC.
Yeah, all of them.
But
Okay.
if you're like me and you got Game Pass, you don't gotta go out and pay
Same.
50
I
bucks.
love the RPGs.
Oh, it's on Game Pass. Oh,
Yes.
It is.
sweet. Okay, fantastic.
That's Zach done. Zach's like, yep.
Game Pass, I had that, Oblivion, Blueprints, and South of Midnight all in like a month. I was like, oh shit, this is it. Yeah, it's worth it.
Oh, good.
It's
I don't
right.
have to.
This is like-
Especially
this is actually,
after
like,
the
too good of a deal.
desert of like no games for the first 2 years that the Series X came out. There was nothing, and now all of a
Look,
sudden
I don't
getting
hype. I don't
Really,
overhype
all we have it for is just Game Pass, and we're
Yeah,
fine with that.
same
But
here.
Expedition 33 is fantastic. It's
Yeah,
fantastic.
Expedition 33 is great.
Same here. I will say the only game I think I've bought besides what's on Game Pass is Guardians of the Galaxy, which was spectacular. That
Yeah.
game was so well written. It was, in my opinion, it was better than any of the movies.
It was
So,
100 gigabytes too big, but yes.
that game was just a blast to play. The story,
fun.
the acting,
Real quick,
all of it.
for anyone who hasn't played Expedition 33 and isn't going to play it or whatever, look up on Google Expedition 33 Lumiere, Lumiere. Just look up that song. It's like the theme. What a banger! Like,
And the battle music's really good too.
and
I
the
love
fact
battle
that
music.
this is a French game, there's so much freaking French in it, and I hate it, but it's so good.
And I was like, what is Gamage?
I had to look it up. I look at what
I would imagine there's subtitles to translate.
And
So
then,
you don't-
and then what happens during this event called the Gamage, like, wow, I'm glad I didn't know what this was.
I call it homage.
Yeah, Gamage.
Well, that's once I get out of Oblivion, that's what's up next.
No,
So
Zach,
in
they
150
speak
hours of
English.
gameplay, you'll get to it. Okay.
They speak English. It's just they do it with a French accent sometimes, and I hate
And
it.
every once in a while they'll throw it like a mad.
I wasn't okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was like
Merde and what is it
two
like
and things like that.
Putan or whatever, which is
Not
the
sure.
F-bomb.
Interesting. Oh my
I mean,
god!
I always like those kind of things where you're like, oh, I learned a little bit of French.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I have no desire to learn French.
I could be on the Mike and Alan train
It's the
tonight
ro-
because I just heard my coffee maker automatically start making coffee because I lost power last night. And in my
love
dumb
this is the way.
haze, I set everything for 7 a.m. coffee. Well, I set it for 7 p.m. apparently. And
no.
I'm like smelling all this coffee right now coming from my kitchen. And I'm like, oh, I'll be on the Alan and Mike
train.
caffeinated train.
Good, you
tonight.
can stay
If
up
I
all
drank
night and
coffee
play
right
Oblivion. That
now,
way you can get
I
closer
would
to playing
just
Expedition
stay
33.
awake.
There you go.
So, but while you have that Expedition 33 still on your mind, about how long of a game should
It
people
does not
expect
overstay its welcome. That's another reason that it is fantastic. It does not
Okay.
overstay it. The main story, about 25, 30 hours.
That's very quick.
If you want
I
to
thought
play
the
the extra
completionist
stuff,
was like 40 hours if you played as a
Yeah,
completionist.
compared to like Baldur's Gate 3, which is like 500
insane.
hours.
Right.
Yeah, it is.
I
It's,
love.
I never felt like. In fact, when it was over, I'm like, oh wait, hold on, like it's over, like that's the end. And I cannot tell you the last JRPG I played where I was like, wait, that's the end. It's normally like, glory be and the saints be praised. This game is over. Like it's
Right.
so long.
Right?
Yeah.
It's been 100 and some hours. Tharnall says, I am getting clear obscure and will postpone Doom just because Alan says it's good.
I like there.
You
there
don't want to
are
play the
amazing-
Trails games again, Alan?
Oh, look, I'm eating good. I got freaking 3 Trails games coming out this year, Zach.
Yeah.
I already played the one. I got 2 more
I
coming
know.
out in the fall.
I know.
I don't even
But I'm
know
just
what
saying,
those
like,
are.
Those are also
What are
very
they?
long games.
Oh, Zach, they're really long, and sometimes
I know they are.
they overstay their welcome. Where I'm just like,
Yes, they do.
this is like Daybreak 2. I was like, this game's gonna end. Like
I
this
played
game
through the
is not-
Sky games. Oh, love those.
The new Sky, the remake of Sky is
Oh,
coming
the remake is out coming out. Yeah.
I have no idea what you guys are even talking
No
about.
idea.
Yeah, no, me neither.
I was just
Meanwhile, I'm
gonna,
over here just going like, should I get Indiana Jones and the Great Circle?
I heard that was really good.
What I like to
Mike
refer
said that's
to it as
good.
is the actual Indiana Jones 4. That's what it is.
Okay.
Important caveat: you need to have an RTX card for it to run on a PC.
I'm waiting for the PS5.
Game on PC. I am
Okay,
a
then you're
plug-and-play console player.
Then you're
Got Game Pass. It's free.
Yep.
I've got a PlayStation 5.
Oh, well, then
Well.
it's not free.
It's not free.
Then it's
Evie,
$70.
Evie, what are your thoughts on Claire Obscura and the video game industry as a whole?
I
Evie's
play
playing Dead Cells.
Hades. I'm waiting for Hades 2,
There
and
you go.
until it comes out, I'm replaying Dead Cells because
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Evie is always playing
Anything Metroidvania, man, I'm about it. I love it.
Oh.
Metroidvania is the shit.
I don't know. For those of you who don't know what Metroidvania is, it's those kind of games where you sort of can go to certain areas, but then you have to.
You learn
Go
an ability and it unlocks
Yeah,
a new
you
area
can't
can go in.
access
A lot
everything.
Of backtracking.
A lot of back and forth stuff, and there is a payoff once you get the game going and you get to hit these spots that you never did before. But getting there in the first place is definitely not awesome. I think Tori. Did we lose Tori? We did.
Yeah, we think
Too
too
much
much
video game talk.
Tori
Screw
was
you
like,
guys.
"This is too much gaming talk for me.
Yeah.
I'm out here."
Tori loves video games. Tori just wishes she had
Yes.
time to play more video games.
Maybe she left to go.
There she is.
I did
Claire
not know
Obscura.
that.
No,
she just wanted to move to the bottom
She
corner.
wanted Mike to be Paul Lynn, is what.
That's hang out next to me.
Now Mike is the center square.
I mean, as it should be, because Mike is the glue that bonds everyone. Because John is the one that saw Mike first and was like, you know what, I need to make a BookTube channel.
Mike is Alice from the Brady Bunch.
I did not watch Mike first, to be honest. Sorry, Mike.
That's okay. I had people on my own Discord arguing about what BookTube channels were better than mine the other day. So
Oh, nice.
you ain't got to worry about hurting my feelings.
Why? Why would that be on your own Discord?
Because he has a massive Discord.
'Cause there's
I got 10,000 people there. It's gonna happen.
It's massive. Yeah, there's like 3,000 online at all times.
Oh my gosh.
I have
Who's the first-
everything muted.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
like-
It's not going to hurt my feelings. Don't worry about it.
Instant holy war.
Was one of them talking story?
Tori, who was the first BookTube channel you watched?
Patrick.
Really?
Usually
Well,
I get here Daniel.
so,
That's what I hear first. Yeah, Daniel. Green.
It was you and Daniel for me.
When I started my channel in 2020, I was I hadn't really found the adult epic fantasy crowd yet, and I was like, okay, I read a little bit of YA fantasy, so I guess this is the group of BookTube that I'm supposed to be with. And weirdly enough, I stuck out like a sore thumb. Shocker.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the bright red lipstick and twinkle lights behind me, which was part of my problem.
Didn't you have fairy lights for a little bit?
Do you think Red Lipstick could help me? I mean,
It
They can't.
maybe.
They can help anyone. They can help anyone.
Twinkle lights immediately get you like an extra 10K.
There you go.
Absolutely. Red lipstick's probably even more. But yeah, when I took a break from 2021 to 2022, I came back in like June of 2022, and I started with Patrick, and was like, oh my gosh, there are people who read like the same books as me. Who knew? And I think I remember Philip commenting on my Lies of Loch Lamora video, and he had I think 400 subscribers or something, and we started chatting back and forth, and so I think that was kind of the first two.
Nice.
I found Mike pretty fast after that, but
yeah. See, Tori commented on a video and she had a Red Rising beanie on. I was like, this one's a keeper.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know how
That's
she
the
made
reason I
friends with
wore
me?
it
She
and
just
everything.
DM'd me and said, "Let's be friends."
Oh,
that's kind of my
It's in order.
style. Yeah. And it's like, hi,
That's my style too. I think that's how I found Andrew too. It's like, hey,
I'm an
Thank you,
expert.
Janny.
We'll be friends.
Thank you, Janny.
Good night, Janny.
I was going to say, to double what Mike was saying earlier, I say all the time that I miss PlayStation 2 so much, and people give me crap for it all the time. And I'm like,
Those
dude,
are cool. Those people.
I know.
I
My
grew up
favorite
with
game,
too.
Oblivion. I played so much Oblivion. I want to play the remaster. so bad. Shadow of the Colossus is my favorite game of all time, period.
I was trying to
Oh,
explain to my
Love
oldest
it.
that Shadow of the Colossus was Elden Ring before Elden Ring.
Oh,
Yeah.
Really
it's
like
It
it.
was.
incredible.
And it was better, in my opinion.
Oh,
It still
yeah. I've watched a little bit of playthrough of Elden Ring, and I'm just like, no.
He's supplanted Legend of Zelda with Elden Ring as his favorite gaming franchise now, and I'm like, wow, no loyalty. These
Hey,
hoes ain't loyal.
generations, man.
The way
That's it.
I will
play
say,
Zelda, and though I have no idea, because I will die every time.
Oh, hey, Twinkle Lights! All right,
there you
Twinkle
go,
Lights!
perfect.
Hey.
I can't wait for the extra 10,000.
All right.
Mike's videos
Red
just
lipstick. All
Mike
right.
just got to
Now I'm like John. I got to use the resources in the house here, right?
There you see, Mike, you've got a team.
he asked for a team.
Mike's
and
about to just
There you
get.
go.
delivered.
Mike's been trying to break back into that algorithm, and he just found.
Oh
a way
my
to do
God,
it.
he's going full on Twisted Sister in this one. This is gonna be.
We're about to see Mike break out a new character.
Oh my God, I'd
No.
pay for
Oh my
that.
god,
I leave the
are we gonna
characters to
get the Rick
Brian.
Thunder
I-
persona of Mike? That would be great.
I think I've done like a couple of times where I try to do something like a little skit like or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not for me.
Mike, if you end
It's
up
not
putting on
yours.
lipstick, the only thing that's going to come to me is Jay and Silent Bob, and you know what I'm talking about.
I mean, I think you're safe. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, unsubbed. At that point, I'd be like, "Hey, we're taking Illuminati auditions."
Bull
at this
crap,
point.
Brian. The next
No,
day
I'm
you create
kidding.
a new character that would be
That's true. I totally lied.
very, very fun.
Mike is permanent member. There's no doubt. But oh my God, I like.
Yeah, I'm the one that's on thin ice. I
Oh
think.
yeah,
Right,
there's definitely.
Brian,
No,
I must,
no doubt
I
about
must
it.
go tuck this baby in, so I'm going to have to go. But
Alan,
happy birthday, and thank you for having me
being.
on.
Thank you
Yes,
for
thank
being
you,
here,
brother.
Alan.
Have a good one,
Awesome
Alan.
to
Good
see
night,
you.
Alan.
Bye,
Bye,
Alan.
guys.
Bye, Alan.
Oh my God, that is too funny.
How do I leave? How do you leave?
You can't.
You're
This
Well, they
is,
attract
this
you
is
now.
the Hotel California, Alan.
Where is the?
You can
Where's
check
the-
out anytime you
There is. I
like.
found it. I found it. All right.
But you
Bye.
can never leave. I just got us demonetized because their blockers apparently Eagles are. So,
Oh, and there's a night mode. Thank God. Okay.
so
Don't worry. I think your singing was bad enough that the algorithm
easily. Oh yeah. I'll fix it in
It's not,
editing.
it's not Rick Thunder's.
I'll go
level of-
fix that in editing.
Cool.
That's simple to do.
You know who
Because
is a good
That's the way
singer?
Brian
though?
Lee
John.
Murphy fixes everything in editing. We'll edit that out.
Absolutely.
That's his gimmick at this point. It's just he's got to say that.
Oh, well, I think one of my favorite Durfee videos is when he gave us his tour of his camera setup, and it's basically duct taped to a stand that is also
I had him on
duct
a
taped.
live stream. His camera fell, and then he decided to do an impromptu tour of his house on a live stream.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's it.
I
That's
always
it.
think
on
it's
brand.
scary.
Of course.
And he's like, "You see, I got this little old lamp right here. You put the phone right here, and this old lamp holds it." I'm like, wow.
Yeah. Chance, you're right. The story in Knights of the Old Republic is incredible, and it seems the
Very.
return of turn-based comeback is on its way. Yeah, it is.
They're gonna ruin the remake.
Oh, for sure.
They're gonna ruin
It's
it.
EA. I think it's EA. I think that
It's
that-
in the
If
game.
Capcom or Bethesda, I don't really trust remakes right now. So.
Yeah, I like I said. I mean that Oblivion. I'm having like it for me. It's so mindless because my mind has been
I'm
just
so
everywhere
jealous.
lately.
I want to play it so bad.
Can't
It's
you find the
good.
time a
The
little
theme
bit?
It's so
filled
janky.
Better
storyline.
than it needed to be, honestly.
The
You know?
theme
Yeah, definitely.
storyline in Oblivion is still one of my favorite things in like any game ever.
Yeah, as soon as that title screen popped up, I was like, "Wow, talk about freaking time travel!" Jeez.
Is there
Totally.
like any new content in Oblivion, Andrew? Like, is there like new stuff
No.
added to it, or is it just
No.
a full remaster of Oblivion?
It's a full remaster.
Yep.
Okay, so there's no like new stuff in it. Okay.
Nope.
Nope.
No. But I mean, it's been. I played it on release, and it was 20 years ago. It's 2006.
Okay.
So I mean, I don't remember what I had for lunch today. So that
They've
was
done
Brian-
very
awesome.
minute quality of life things.
If you see
Yeah.
a unicorn run, that's all I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you guys. You see a unicorn run.
Brian, were you
Great.
one of the people who mentioned that I should play Ghost of Tsushima?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
That's a great.
playing it, absolutely loving it.
I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima as well. It's also
It's
great.
so
yeah.
good. It's so
Yeah.
good.
I,
I mean,
couldn't get into it, but I was also not in a gaming mood when I was playing it last. So
Yeah.
That was one of the last games I played.
I think Chris is right
I'm
here.
in
Oblivion
Act
is
3 right
getting
now, but it's
overshadowed, and it's funny too because I think
200,000.
People thought it was going to be the other way around. They
Not
thought that
easily.
the Oblivion remaster was going to bury Expedition 33.
yeah, not at all. They were like, we've sold 1 million copies in 3
Yeah,
days.
2 million. They're already
Yeah.
I think,
Oh
I
my
think they
God.
both did very well.
They did. They did, and and I
That's
think that,
crazy.
and I don't know how much Bethesda really had to do with Oblivion, because I think that other company,
Virtuos.
handled most of the remake itself. So then again, I don't know what Bethesda does anymore. The Starfield DLC was kind of a big no for me, but just that didn't work. Anyway,
Is it as bad as Fallout 76 though? That is the question.
I never played 76. I'm not a live service person, so
Neither am I.
I don't know. By the way, Derri, how is our weather going to be tomorrow? Because I know it's already tomorrow for you. Is it going to be nice?
It's windy. Well, I live in Wellington, so it's always windy. But the sun came out about half an hour ago, so I was like, "Yay!" Because it's been overcast and cloudy and horrible for a few days in a row, with absolutely bucketing rain.
Oh
so
my gosh!
It's delightful that the sun's out today.
Oh my gosh! Well, you and I are for sure going to have to talk after I get past the last. I'm down to the last 3 hours of DCC 7. So we will.
We're gonna have to talk.
There's
So
7
good,
of them. Wow.
Yeah.
So far, 3 more to come. Apparently,
You would
I
love.
didn't love Eye of the Bedlam Bride, and the last one was okay. It was just too long.
Butcher's Masquerade is going to be the one that gets Mike.
Yeah, but
Which
that's book 5, and you got to get to book 5. So
I think Mike's going to DNF it.
Brian, did I tell you?
No, like if book 2 is like one of the low points, I mean, it's still really
book 2
good.
is book 2 is the low point.
It just wasn't as
It
funny.
was not a low point.
I'm not saying it is a low point. I'm saying
I
it's
enjoyed
when
book 2.
one is available.
No,
it's
for the
least
feedback I
exciting.
get, book 3 will be the biggest challenge. That's where most people tap.
I really liked book 3.
I
You just
really
have
like
to
book 3 as
accept
well.
Is that where you tapped out, Tori?
I tapped out on
introduces a very
halfway
key
through
to
book
Basically,
3.
basically, I hope you like studying like bus and train routes, because that's like
No.
oh,
Okay,
go
so
for it.
here's
ignore
the
it. Just
deal.
Ignore
I
the
think
trade.
this is I was
Yeah, I
planning
ignore
to
all the
talk to
stat
Mike about
stuff, so
I was
sure.
planning to talk to Mike about this just one-on-one, but I could just say here since it came up, I think for book 3 Dungeon Crawler Carl, Mike's at an advantage, because I think sight reading the Tangle, which is the level of the dungeon, is going to be easier than hearing it and figuring out what's going on. I actually think Mike's going to
agree.
But how? I was
huge
told that this
advantage.
audiobook can like cure cancer.
Yeah, the audiobook, Mike.
After
I don't know
it's
if you're
done-
doing the
but-
audiobook,
but after
it's so
it's done
good.
curing cancer, you still
It's
have
the
to
one
understand the
audiobook that John
level.
listened to.
You
I
do
actually-
have to
I actually-
understand the concept of the level, but don't try and imagine a map.
But I think
yeah.
but
I
I
never
but I
liked
actually
it,
think
like
that
a
Mike's
map.
going to have a leg up on anybody who listened to it on audio, because I was
can see
very
that.
I was very confused in book 3 on what was
I
going
will
on.
say, go ahead, Evie.
No, I was just gonna say. So one, Brian, I don't know if I told you, I'm through book 4.
Awesome.
And secondly, my favorite book so far of DCC is book 3, and I did only cite
Mentors.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's one of those things where people, they set your expectations so low that when they get to them,
Yeah.
wow, this is really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike, the rest of the series is just absolute shit.
Except for the Mantars. You gotta love the Mantars.
Yeah,
Mantars are the most insane thing.
But
I love
I
a good Mantar.
look, any series that has a character named Don Quixote is going to work for me.
See, that's funny. Okay, that's funny. Yeah.
I mean, that's all I'm going to say about.
I
don't know
love that
what
the
book he shows up
Mantars
in,
had
but-
like a welcome to the gun show. t-shirt.
Wait,
Yeah.
did you say there's a character named Don Quixote?
No,
Dong.
Don Quixote.
Dong, like ding dong.
With a G on the
Oh.
end. Don Quixote.
That's funny.
Yes,
That's got
Yes,
merit.
Yeah, you're
That
gonna.
makes me
Yeah,
giggle.
that'll be a Mike favorite character as well. So
It's
no,
already got a
I-
good head start. That's pretty good.
I actually think that he'll like book 3 better than almost everybody, because I think that one works better sight reading.
Yeah, I think it's when things like that, and it's like
Yeah.
Carl's reaction to it is like exactly what we'd be like seriously, that's your name? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's what makes me.
Oh, you're gonna get it for sure.
Yep.
You know, that's good stuff. Well, that's awesome,
Again,
Evie. That
book
you've
3 for me, like it genuinely made me emotional. Like
Yeah.
But we also get Samantha in book 3.
that'll be another one of Mike's favorites, no doubt about that. So
no, you get Samantha.
See, but when I hear the stuff like, "Oh, it made me emotional, it made me sad, it made me cry," I'm like, "Well, I want to cry because I'm laughing, not because I'm
That's
sad."
book 5. Book
Yeah, that
5 will
happens
make it.
too.
That has the best emotion.
That's all. I want both. I mean, I guess I say I want both. 'Cause I mean,
It's-
if
I
I
mean,
get
that's-
connected to the characters, obviously, that's going to be important.
it is a
Book 5 is
departure.
hilarious.
That's why I made the Ted Lasso comparison. It's like I
Yeah.
started off the show laugh crying, and I started the show just like crying, and it's just like, well,
right,
kind of what I signed up for.
I think like with 3 hours left to be current in book 7, I think that it doesn't go full Ted Lasso, but it doesn't stay all Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy either. It's sort of kind of in the middle where there's tons and tons of funny parts, but there's definitely character stuff that you begin to care about the characters, and they're not just like comic relief.
I think for me that the gifted
Book
part
7
of
has
it
so
is
many moving
balancing
parts
that
in
out.
it that it has so many moving parts in it that it gets a little bit more serious than the others because of that. But I still quite enjoyed it.
Well, I'm doing Dandelion Dynasty in June, so maybe by July I'll be like, okay, I think I need something more fun.
Yeah. Well, Evie's definitely the authority on Dandelion Dynasty. So,
well, I don't think I'm the authority, but on this chat, sure, I'll take it.
I do have those very pretty books that Andrew kindly sent me. So, or Andrew's friend. Yes.
And Evie sent me the whole series too, which I was so tempted to start when Mike's starting now, coming up in June when he's going on his trip.
I'm only committing to book.
I know, and I'm not even doing that because I'm like, there's no way I have time. I can't. Joanna, hi. Where are you, by the way? She's at the plane gate. I know she's
for Amsterdam.
Yeah, I know she's going on a.
She's
on
getting
a
ready to
trip.
go to a coffee shop.
Yeah, sure.
Coffee shop. Although it's funny because it's legal here now. It's certainly not in most of the states where you guys are, but Zach and I have it. And God, we got 3 Minnesotans here on the channel tonight. As a matter of fact, but
okay,
yeah.
Oh, that's right, Tori. Hi.
Yeah.
Hey.
But it's legal here now, so it's although they don't have the cafes quite yet. But they're coming. If I was still in the bar business, I would have expanded.
Oh, that would be the way to go, Brian.
I would have expanded and just knocked out a wall and taken over another part of the building and done that too. But then I wouldn't be able to do this as much. Or if I did it, actually, that'd probably be better TV. The channel would probably be rocking better. Live from Brian's coffee shop.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, Joanna's going on a long venture to Europe, which is sounds
28
pretty
days until my vacation. Cannot wait.
Wow.
How long? 20 days?
28.
Oh my God. The countdown has started. Which one is that one, Andrew?
Well, it says it's got a blurb from Matt Denneman right here on the cover. It says, "This is the best book I've read this year."
And which book is it?
Heretical Fishing.
Heretical Fishing. Is it a book one?
It's a Royal Road book, but yeah, it's book one.
Well, sorry to all my Royal Road fans out there. I'm just
Come on,
love
Brian.
Royal Road.
Serial episodic writing to me just doesn't do it because there's the break points are a bit haphazard and they're overly long sometimes, and it's just like I said, Andrew loves The Wandering End. Brian does not love The Wandering End. Andrew loves Cradle. Brian does not love Cradle. Wait, Mike didn't read The Wandering End.
No, I get told that I will love it, but I also get told I will hate it. So
oh my God, you'd be so bored.
Mike, I think you
would reach for Song for Susanna.
I would agree on that. Yeah,
but to remember how many it was more people than not saying I wasn't going to like Dungeon Crawler Carl. So
that's
I
true.
don't know.
Oh, your whole world is like shattered. You're like, I gotta recheck now and reanalyze.
I don't think Mike would like Aaron Solstice.
I guarantee you he wouldn't. Mike
gonna...
is a character first reader, and that means you have to have characters. And there
whoa,
are none.
whoa! I'm going to need you to back up.
Yeah, no.
I don't care if it is.
I'm sorry, but that first book was how many audio hours?
It's got characters.
That book had
is this the Wandering End y'all talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
This. I think the first book is 60 audio hours or something.
No, that's
like
book
that?
2. Book 2.
Oh, that's book 2.
Yeah.
And I
book 1's like 38.
I love litRPG. It's hard to get me to dislike anything, and the two biggest ones that are out there besides Dungeon Crawler Carl, I don't like either one of them, Cradle or Wandering Ends, and then Andrew just quit.
God, you see, you just
lost
made Andrew
Andrew.
leave.
See,
frustration.
I made him leave because I don't
Andrew
like
likes
Now
Cradle.
Mike will like this.
Yes.
Yeah, Tori actually got me onto wanting to read that too.
Yeah, that's so good. Like
That's
from
progression science fiction,
it's not
right?
literary. Okay, guys, like it's not literary.
It's a Snicker bar.
Characters I started reading it and I was like, this is what I have been wanting from characters.
Oh, this is the guy from Wraithmark?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bryce?
So
Yeah.
good. Love it. Book 1 is better than book 2, but they're both good.
But it's progression science fiction, right?
Cyberpunk, yeah.
That would be. I think the only reason why I haven't got to that yet is because it's huge.
It reads so fast. I read book 2. I read book 2 in like 3 days.
Fair enough.
I don't even notice how long books are anymore since I read them on Kindle.
And Doug knows litRPG better than everybody I know in the genre times 10. But Andrew's a Superpowered fan as well.
Yeah, and
I am. Superpowered. Love Superpowered.
That was supposed to be on last month's list too. I mean, it was a miracle I read anything, but that's going to happen maybe. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to throw in this Benjamin Liar book now because it's reasons.
Brian, you let me know when you're going to read Superpowered and we'll buddy read it.
It's all the way up.
Deal. Yeah, absolutely.
I can't reach it. It's right there.
But I heard,
Nixon, you're like showing off your shelves. Just stop it.
I doing that Rivers of London, Brian, right after I finish Song of Susanna.
Then I'm gonna jump on that when Mike does that too. Those are like those series I could do. It's like something like Dandelion Dynasty. It's too much for my brain that's doing Wars of Light and Shadow and Malazan. No way.
Well, that's the mistake I made this year, starting too many series, realizing, you haven't finished any of the ones from the last 2 years, Mike. So next year's let's focus on finishing some series.
Yeah.
I really have
I keep trying to do that and failing.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
John keeps adding series.
I know.
John hasn't even started Dead House Gates yet, and that'll be a whole thing.
You're killing me.
John's even writing his own series now. He's in that deep. So
I know.
But that's okay because John, you're going to be
Have a
starting.
safe flight, Joanna.
You will, Joanna.
Absolutely.
It's going to be live shipped soon for you, John.
Oh, I've got it right over there.
Oh my God, that's right. He hasn't even started live ship traders yet.
Joanna's in the middle of reading it and is having to stop because she's on holiday.
It's good that you've actually got a production team behind you to do the talking story, so you can actually write and read. That's
but
incredible.
think of it
remember, John, just stop at book 9.
Stop it, Andrew.
Nope. Everybody
get out your bingo cards.
Evie and Derry, you're not in control of the stream. I can say what I want at this point.
I know that it's a 5-book series, so I don't think he has to worry about long in the tooth in terms
Dead
of
House Gates, Live Ship. These are huge.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing these, because I feel like
you go.
You can read them in a couple days.
There you go.
Those look incredible, by the way.
Neil Shusterman?
That's such a cool set,
that
Mike.
Awesome.
Mike.
And the thing was, like, Scythe let me down so much I was scared, but this first book was really good. Really good.
Also, you guys should all check out Neil Shusterman's Challenger Deep. It is
something called Scout War was the other one.
middle grade YA that is based on his son's mental health journey, and it is absolutely phenomenal.
What's it called?
Challenger Deep.
So it's not a series; it's just a single book.
Single book, super fast read, just absolutely incredible.
Yeah, the standalone,
the unicorn that is. I'm getting is a Skinjacker trilogy. Is the one he did before Unwind. A lot of people really recommending that to me. So.
I had no idea this dude was that prolific.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I read Dry by him too. That was
he was doing the dystopian thing before Hunger Games.
The author.
Yeah.
Wow.
Neil Shusterman.
So he's no spring chicken. If
He's
he's been out.
Hunger Games.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yep.
Okay. Well, when I actually pick up my reading pace again, I'm going to have to put some of those books, because those seem like those would be quick reads.
It's going to be adapted by Disney Plus apparently into a movie.
Yeah.
Oh well, then so much for
we'll
that.
Just wait for that.
I love the complete lack of excitement.
Should I save my disappointment for then, or should I just do my sigh of
something really digestible to read? Have you read Lord of a Shattered Land yet?
I have, man. It's longer than I thought it was. Like, I don't know.
It's not super long.
I love the retro looking cover though. It's great.
Yeah, I'm gonna do book 1 this year. I am.
Because Brian, if you're struggling with reading, each chapter is basically a short story.
Yeah,
right.
He's trying to be Robert E. Howard.
Yeah,
which is fine.
Sword and sorcery.
Yeah. I'm not struggling with reading as much as I am just sort of struggling, kind of like, what am I going to do with all my thoughts and stuff during the daytime? And focusing has been a little bit of a trick. But
Same.
You know, Derri was really right. She told me, I don't know, and John has told me this a million times over the last 5 weeks, that just talking to people gets you sort of back into your normal mojo again. Speaking of normal mojo.
Hey.
Bravo.
One of the best dudes that I know, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel, Christopher Novo from the channel, Christopher Novo. Dude, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Great.
Doing good.
I've been here the whole time. So
I know, but it's funny because I was on chat and like, thank God Evie's also responding to some chat too. No matter where Evie goes, she's like got mod mind where she can look into the chat and go.
Yeah, I can now see why, because I have not looked at the chat the whole time while I was here.
Yeah, well, especially because of where it is in this software. It's weird. It's unintuitive to just go look over there.
It's difficult. So I've actually pushed it away and just gone, I'm here with these people.
Yeah, there you go, Derry.
That's very present of you, Derry.
Yes, I always.
Very present, Derry. Chris, what are you reading right now? Or are you just writing, or what are you doing?
Oh, I am reading slowly. I'm kind of behind on. This is why I shouldn't do monthly TBRs, but I am. I don't have the cover on, but it's by.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The new winner.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, the new Spiffbo. Yeah.
The Spiffbo winner.
Yeah, I'm about 1/3 through this right now. Yep.
Nice.
See, I get on this stream and I feel like you guys are all talking about like independent rock bands. I'm just listening to the new Megadeth. You know, that's something no one hasn't heard of.
We're gonna crack that armor eventually, Mike.
I've read some. I mean,
well,
I read Kyle before it blew up. You know,
you absolutely read Kyle, and you're going to read John's book, so there's that. That's in there.
Am I? Does John got enough money?
I'm surprised you haven't. Have you read Hayes, Rob J. Hayes yet?
I read his first book, Never Die.
Never Die is arguably one of his worst books.
Oh, I Let's
go. I actually like it.
It's just
up.
It's not bad, but the ending is really bad.
No, it is not really bad. What's wrong with you? Get out of here.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Andrew also has crappy Realm of the Elderlings opinions. So
no, I've got really good Realm of the Elderlings opinions. Mike agrees with me.
Leave me out of this shit.
I would not start getting into this with Derry and Evie
on the stream ever.
Never.
Mike won't jump in, but Mike agrees with me, and so does Tori.
I'll just say Bitch the Fool was not
there is a
what I was
character
hoping
limit in Discord. How many of you knew that? That's how invested I was in the argument I had with Andrew. I ran out of character space.
That is exactly.
And you did not convince me.
Wizard and I don't actually like straight up disagree or like and argue about books very often. So I felt like, you know, we were due probably.
You're a little overdue for a book spat.
Book 9.
That's right.
I think that was the better ending.
See? Thank you, Mike.
No, you're both wrong.
I mean, I'm with Derry on this one because, like, for me, my favorite book.
I get a lot of people that tell me they think that A Song of Ice and Fire should have ended at Storm of Swords, and I tell them they're wrong. So I'm with you. I get it.
And here's the thing: is there's an element to that second half of the series that I think a lot of people don't realize, and that it is a separate series that then joins in. You're not reading one straight line story. You're reading two different things that merge at the end.
The worst dragons in fantasy. Worst dragons in fantasy.
You're just wrong. Because if you're a dragon...
I thought you were going to say, you're the worst dragon.
I know you are, but what am I?
Right?
Dragons are going to be arrogant.
Song of Ice and Fire is John's favorite series.
They're going to be selfish. They're just gonna. They're gonna be worse than us as humans because they have
they should have stayed there
than we do.
Oh my
dragons are going to be nice, friendly, lovely companions.
They could be. Why can't they? Ascendant did it just fine.
For them.
Well,
if they're intelligent, we're a threat to them, and they're not going to like us, and they're going to want to hurt us. And any author that thinks different is insane.
I want you to read Ascendant by Michael R. Miller.
Ooh.
One day.
One day.
I did enjoy that.
I did enjoy that. I liked it.
My brain takes
Michael's a super.
He had a lovely Irish drog, is what I remember.
Oh, Michael is one of the best.
Great.
Thank you, Jeremy.
He's a great guy.
He's a great guy.
So, Chris, are you liking the book? You held it up quick. And... No,
Yeah,
it's
no,
fine.
No,
that's
Christopher,
fine.
you started this war. Answer for yourself.
Yeah.
That's
You have to say for yourself, sir.
Chris, you're liking the book, right? I know Tori
Yeah.
loved it,
Yeah, absolutely.
and I know
recommend-
Philip loved it. I did not read it, but I will read it because I trust Tori totally when it comes to this stuff.
Tori sent me both books.
But
so
my question though is that it's military fantasy. Do I really want to jump into that right now while I'm in Malazan at the same time?
See, my wife right now is real big about saying no more series. She's going to finish First Law just to finish it, and then she's just like, no more series for a while.
Yeah,
It's pretty. I mean, it has a flavor of Malazan, but it is not nearly as like complex of a series. So I don't think it's not like, oh, you're really taking on a big commitment to read it. It's very readable. It's very smart, but very readable.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's
and not very long. And not very long.
Well, anybody who I respect that's read it, I love. Has loved it. You know, there's been
I was so validated when Philip's score came out. I was like, "Thank you."
Yeah. Well, and I think Jay from Captured in Words was the one that put it through in Spiffbo, which
he's the one that put it. Yeah.
Yeah, he put it in, you know, into from his team, but for his round, but. Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned live or not. I always, say things live, but I may or may not be on Dewey and Bill's live stream tomorrow. I think they're doing one, but Philip is going to be on it to talk about their experiences with Spiffbo and the books and all of that stuff. And I am a one and done judge, which I did tell Philip that. So this is not breaking news, but I just. Yeah, I don't know.
I know that Mushroom Blues one, and I read that. I thought it was very good.
Yeah, it came in basically kind of tied, but with the tiebreaker by Blood by Salt won. But
was it? Okay, my bad. I thought
it was based on how many highest scores from the blogs each one got, and Mushroom Blues got 2, and I think Blood by Salt got 4.
Yeah. So thank you, Bearded Book Beast. Love that channel.
Hey, Chris.
Too. Chris rocks. We got to get him on For Whom the Bell Tolls. Has everybody here been on For Whom the Bell Tolls except for Zach? Everybody but Zach. So I'm bringing it back. And I was actually talking to Jimmy about it 2 days ago. And I was like, I don't know what I want to do. Do I want to start doing repeat guests because I personally want to, because it's fun for me to talk to my BookTube friends? Or do I want to continue to
whatever you want?
I mean, you and John in the same room is always a good time.
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to get John Rammel on the show in the next few weeks.
That one too.
Yep. From Rammel Broadcasting. Yep. Yeah, I dig that dude's show a lot. Production wise, that dude is.
So some people told me, you should have him on Talk About Nothing. Is like, why? So they can just do the Spider-Man meme and just point at each other. So apparently we have like all the same opinions. I was like, I don't know. I think he said that like one of my favorite Stephen King books was bad or something. So I was like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, there's a conversation.
I think he'd be an awesome Talk About Nothing guest for you.
I keep saying every month I'm going to bring that back, and then I never do. So
Mike, you and Preacher doing like a Stephen King talk would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be good too.
That'd be good. Yeah.
Brian, remind me, have you had Laura on?
I've not, because she had her writers group every Wednesday night for
That's
so long.
Right. Yeah.
But that's for sure a good one. That's for sure a good one to do. Absolutely.
Shameless plug for Laura.
Yeah. When is her book coming up, by the way?
Yep. You got Discovery, and then you can read Tori's book when it comes out, and then read Laura's book June 5th, The Forgotten Dawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I will absolutely have Laura come on, because Laura is awesome.
Laura is awesome.
Laura's great. I love watching her show too. I think she does great live streams. I wish she did more of them, but I know she's busy working and doing all of that stuff. As is Christopher Novel. I mean, there's another one that
writing away.
It's like you've got so much time in the day. And it's almost like as much as like I would love to see more Chris Novel BookTube content, I'm very content knowing that he's spending that time writing, because I know what he's writing is going to be good. And I'm excited.
When do we see it, Chris? When do we see it?
I don't know. It was supposed to be this year, along with everybody else's.
That's okay. You just didn't want to be part of the crowd.
I will say, like, everybody needs to definitely give Chris a lot of support, because publishing a book prior to BookTube and then publishing a book after having a BookTube channel, like the internal pressure is so different. It's so much different. So Chris is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
We're not going to comment that Mike has legs.
Most people do.
What was the video that Mike was like putting shelves together or something like that?
It was the video where I was putting shelves together.
Yeah. All this got,
Now whenever I
like,
see Mike
got a
standing
million
like that,
views or something
The
crazy
number one
like
comment
that.
is like, "Holy crap, you have legs!" I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah. Oh my God.
You know, you guys need me to like get on the treadmill while I talk about this book. I guess I don't know.
Hey, you know me. I'll do anything for a view. So I mean,
So let me ask your opinion. I was thinking about doing this. Is it AMSR or ASMR? I always get that wrong. Anyway,
ASMR.
Should I do some of that on the beach in Barbados, or would that just seem like a flex?
Oh yeah.
No.
I should
I
not.
find ASMR incredibly creepy.
Ah, okay.
It's unsettling and creepy.
I've never done it before. I was just trying to think, hey, I've got Wi-Fi at the place. Maybe I'll try it. It'd probably be terrible. I don't know.
I say go for it.
Barbados is just a little dot on the map in the middle of the ocean, so who knows?
I say this time of year, you normally dump 20 to 30,000 subscribers right before vacation. So if you're going to do it.
I mean, John has the ultimate ASMR machine, Mr. Pooh. You know, I keep telling him that he should like just make a separate channel of Pooh ASMR, but he doesn't listen.
Just get a lapel.
Out of context, that sounds so weird.
Of restocking videos. Restocking, people just filling up containers and making their
Well, I've never done ASMR. I've never done sprints. I've never done any of that stuff. So I was just like,
You've done sprints on other people's channels.
yeah, I've just never done it myself. I was going to do it for Lightbringer when it came out, and then Pierce like gave me a personal copy, and I was like, well, I ain't waiting.
Right.
Yeah, big flex.
You know, I would like to do sprints, but I think it would. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm that interesting to watch read. I don't know.
I have the same thought about that.
Some of the most chaotic live streams I've been a part of have been sprints. They get unhinged,
especially when they're
Evie
late at
can
night.
attest this. Kate, what was it? Kate's best friend came on one day. This is back when we were still doing like Wine Wednesdays or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
And it got unhinged. It was hysterical.
Remember the day that Kate and I did a 7.5 hour long sprint?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, Evan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I did that when I hit 100,000. I think I did 9 hours.
That was crazy.
That was crazy because I remember I watched the first couple hours of it and I was like going to leave and I said, he's probably only going to go another 10 or 15 minutes anyways. I'll catch the last
I just kept
10 or
going, but I
15
felt like
minutes.
I was holding some people hostage. So
It went
like they were afraid to leave.
And there was people that were coming on that like slowly Red showed up, right? We haven't seen that dude.
Yeah,
He's been on milk cartons for the last 5 years.
Oh,
I didn't even know he existed until I looked on YouTube. Once I found out BookTube was a thing, I wanted to know if anybody had reviewed Sandman Slim. And the only one that had done it was Slowly Red. And here comes this dude, he's all tatted up and he's like, I have no idea who I'm watching. And this dude was just so right on the money with his explanations and just brilliance. And I was like, oh my God, this guy is super smart. And yeah, then next thing I know, he wasn't on anymore.
Yeah, his videos are
Mike,
awesome.
are you flexing with the Joe Hill book that's
Yes,
coming
he
out?
is. Yes, he is, and I want it
You
bad.
rude smug.
I just did a book haul video. I flexed on that video. No.
I know, but now you're rubbing it in my
messaged
face.
me and said, read the synopsis on the back of the book and tell me it doesn't sound more like a Stephen King book than anything Stephen King's wrote in the last 5 years. Like, yeah, it doesn't say Holly on it, so there's a good start.
There you go. There's a win.
It does. I mean, it starts with Rackham College in Maine. So, yeah, already sounds like Stephen King. But.
Well, now that I've yelled at Mike, I have to go.
I was.
Right. Hey, Andrew.
Andrew, look.
He's flexing it. I love it.
Yeah.
Now he's
Ooh.
I hope it's better than the Fireman, because the Fireman was crap.
I've only read Nosferatu and Heart Shaped Box and Lock and Key, and I love all those.
Oh,
Yeah,
Lock and
Fireman
Key
is
is
not
great.
good.
You need
Lock
that.
and Key is an S
Well,
tier.
Fireman
I
is
love
good.
Lock and
It's
Key.
just too long and doesn't stick the landing.
I'm sorry, you read The Wandering Inn and you're complaining about
disagree.
Thank you, Derry.
Yeah.
Once again, the voice of reason, Derry.
The Wandering Inn is also too long.
Oh my God. There's long, and then there's one. There's two. There's
So
long,
long
there's
that
two
the narrator,
long.
the original
There's
narrator
long in the
broke down.
two.
You know what's also
and
too
there's
long?
Wandering In.
Realm of the Elderlings. Have a
Go
good night.
away.
Oh wow! He just
Oh.
mic
Get out.
dropped.
Oh.
He just literally mic.
my
Wow,
God.
Derry,
And then he dipped. And then he dipped.
Derry, we will somehow find a way to
We're gonna
jump
need to
into one of
punish
his
Andrew
lives
somehow.
next time, and we will get him. I will be
It's
on
a
your side
running
for
thing.
that
I
one.
mean, he's entitled to think that. Everybody is. My
So,
issue
Mike,
is
are you
if
going to read that
wrong
early?
thing, and I can prove it's not that thing.
That's
then
true.
You can't blame the thing.
Probably because it's like I was going to do it for spooky season, but I was like right after that, man. November is like every chonker of the year is coming out in November, and I'm like, do I really want to try to add this in October?
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know, probably.
That cover for the Joe Hill is amazing, though. It looks great. Yeah,
Very
That is
cool.
cool.
big demon face.
A lot of
I
people tell me it's basically his version of It, is what people are saying. I'm like, well, that sounds like it.
That's a
Sounds
big
You
book.
make me excited
Oh
now
my
with
God.
that.
Because it's one of my favorites.
yeah.
That is Evie. What's up next for you on your book TBR? What's gonna be up?
Yeah, continuing Ogres, but my immediate future is going to be watching episode 9 of Andor season 2, which
Hey.
my husband and we didn't watch any of it last night because I don't know what we were doing. I can't remember. We obviously weren't able to watch any of it last night, so we watched episodes 7 and 8 today. And he stopped because he wanted to watch the stupid Celtics game.
I mean, getting off of Disney Plus to watch the NBA to me doesn't sound that terrible.
Listen, here's the thing. I didn't watch Andor when it first came out.
Okay.
I love Rogue One, by the way. Like
Okay.
Rogue One is the best
Yeah,
thing that's
I
come out
agree.
of Disney.
I agree.
Disney
I like
Star
Rogue
Wars.
One. Yeah.
I didn't watch Andor when it first came out. My husband watched it, and I was like, I'm bored, whatever. He told me literally, he's like, I'm going to rewatch it, but I need you to watch it with me. And I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. I'm like, I'll humor you.
Such a loving wife.
Yeah, the things I do for love.
Someone should write a song with that in there.
Right?
Yeah.
Andor is so good. Like, it's so good. I forgot that when Disney trusts their storytellers, their writers, their directors, and they have good storytellers in the writing room and great actors, there can be an amazing story. So Andor season 1, freaking loved it. Season 2 already loved it. But then the most recent episode I watched, what did I say it was?
9, 8.
8. Single-handedly one of the best episodes of television, in my opinion. The writing, the acting, everything about it is so perfect. I was literally on the edge of my seat, and my jaw literally dropped.
I love when that happens.
I think you have a new show to watch.
I mean, I've been kind of in the Mike camp on this one. Like, I kind of tapped out after Obi-Wan and never did the never did Andor.
It's for me too, but
Obi-Wan enraged me. I watched
Yeah.
2 episodes of it, and I'm like, they're putting the emphasis and the tension on the wrong stuff. You already know that Princess Leia survives, so why are you putting the tension on, like, oh, she's hanging off a building,
Right.
she's gonna survive? You already freaking know it!
Right.
It's kind of a big deal that she survives. Because,
I don't know, but I do have to once again say, as I do in every stream, Hobby Vomit certainly has the best YouTube name I've ever seen before.
I was just going to say, I love that name.
That kudos, my friend. The tip of the hat once again to Hobby Vomit, because wish I'd have thought of that. Note to self: copyright Hobby Vomit. Anyway, yeah. So, all right. So Andor, maybe I'll get into that. I just finished and got current with Severance, and I had.
Oh yeah, what did you think of season 2?
I liked it. It was exactly as described, though, by a couple of people that said it kind of midway through. I didn't really know that I was
I like
all
the
that
finale, but man, it was a big step down for me from season 1.
huge.
I agree.
Huge step down. I did like the finale, but the middle part of the season was a little odd to me. It was focusing on stuff that hopefully in season 3 makes those
I
kind
just
of
want the
what
4 of them together, you know?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a big Irving fan. And my
like
brother-in-law
Jacob said,
saw.
maybe they got lost in the writing strikes or something like that, or something. You know,
I don't know.
That's my thought.
My brother-in-law was just at the Knicks game not that long ago and saw the actor that plays Irv and Ben
so good.
Stiller's sitting together at the basketball game. He's like, "Oh, wonder why they're together?" Because he hadn't watched.
I keep hearing
the show.
he might not be back though, Irving, and I'm
he better be back. He's my favorite
he needs to
character
be
on the
back.
show.
Yeah.
Irving is definitely. But yeah, I mean, I really like that show. It was weird because I've got an ear that I can pick up piano music pretty quickly when I hear it, if there's nothing else involved. And from episode like 1 or 2, I went right over to my piano and was playing it almost immediately. And it's such a weird, cool, discordant piano sound that I was like, after all these years of sitting here at the piano, I've never put these chords together before. And it's not hard at all. It's a really simple song to play, but it's eerie how when that theme song comes on from Severance, it evokes feeling in a way that a lot of theme music doesn't do.
The Fringe theme music also has that same vibe for me as well, and it's piano as well, and it's kind of a creepy vibe. Fringe, the old show.
Absolutely. Jeff McIntyre says, one more. We have Hollywood Squares BookTube. We did for quite a bit. You guys, we've been going for like almost 2.5 hours.
We are doing it. This is longer than the new Sun video.
I just have a question. What is Hollywood Squares?
What is Hollywood?
Oh my God!
From back in New Zealand. I have a pretty good reason to not know.
Okay, so here's what it is. So it started in the 70s, all right? And they would have kind of like B-list, C-list actors all in squares, that there was this giant game show set, okay? And
I remember when they got Bear from the Bear in the Big Blue House.
It's basically, think of a huge tic-tac-toe board, but a 3-story one. So you've got people sitting just like we're seeing each other right now, and there'd be the host, and I think it was Peter Marshall was maybe the host, and there's 2 contestants, and they pick a square. And, one contestant is the X and the other contestant is the O. They pick a square, and it's a Hollywood star. Thus, it's called the Hollywood Squares. The host, Peter Marshall, I believe, would ask the question to that star. They would give an answer, and then the host would ask the contestant, do you agree or disagree? And if they got it right, and let's just say the star was correct, and that person agreed, they would get an X if they were trying to score for X.
So they're playing tic-tac-toe with...
Correct. But if the star said it wrong and the guy said, yes, I agree, then no, you don't get it. It goes to O, and the O gets a chance.
Personal, if you enjoyed that show, you should all be watching Would You Lie to Me?
It had one of the greatest personas of the 70s in Paul Lynde. For sure. He alone was so avant-garde. You couldn't do flamboyant like he could do in the 70s, and boy, he was phenomenal. So that's the Hollywood Squares as I recall it. John, would you agree? You were there for it.
I remember it well.
I just got to ask, Evie, is your husband cussing right now? Because the Celtics just blew another one.
I'm surprised he's not. But I think he has hope. He was cussing before I even came up here.
It's 2 straight 20-point leads blown for them.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
God.
He kept saying, stop effing trying to go for threes.
Sounds like me watching the Rockets the other night.
That was me last night.
But he did say right before I came upstairs that he's like, they're the best road team, and they're going to be on the road for the next 2 games. So I think he's holding on to his sliver of hope.
Look,
that's my dad whenever he watches the Viking game.
Copium when you're a sports ball fan is necessary. Okay.
Yeah.
Every now and then You win the Premier League.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
Yeah.
And also, yelling at the TV
totally helps.
Yes, they can hear you. Damn it.
Yes,
Definitely helps.
Absolutely.
I feel like this is proven.
You guys, we've been going about 2.5 hours. I think we could probably say we've accomplished what we've set out to do tonight, and that was to just hang out with me on my birthday.
Did you have a happy birthday?
It was to celebrate you, my friend. That's what it was for.
Well, if that's what we are doing, then mission accomplished. Because I mean, honestly, you guys are the best. Some of you I know, much better than others. Zach, you're relatively new in my world, but I'm glad that you're here.
You'll get to know me eventually, but Slay will always be better than me.
Well, Slay is Slay.
If you're going to give it away like that, then hey.
There is only one. But the rest of you I know far better, and you all know what you mean to me, and it means the world to me that you would take a couple of hours tonight to do this. All of you know intimately well the Lady Patience also.
Oh.
Thank you so much.
Redheads.
Yep. Oh my God.
The redheads with twinkle lights.
Oh my God, that's right. We got the trifecta going too with
I
Novel.
love Mike. Isn't it on Twitter or something? Your bio is like you have 2 boys and you're married to a redhead. You can't scare me.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite bios.
I have a 18 boys and a redhead.
There is nothing you can say that's scary than what I've lived through,
just
brother.
they're just they've got their own
Yeah,
league.
absolutely. But really, from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say thank you for all of you guys for doing this for me. This actually, psychologically speaking, was very healthy for my soul on a day that I was kind of a little bit worried about. Just, really for the last few weeks, I've been kind of thinking about, my gosh, this is going to be kind of a strange and different birthday this year.
Yeah.
And you all made it way better. So thank you. And there's no hyperbole there. You really did. So thank you so much. You all know I am here for you guys at any time, any place, for sure. And thank you to everybody who's watching this. If you're watching this on replay, I hope you've had a really good time here. Like the video if you want. Subscribe to all these channels later on. Probably not tonight. We'll see if I get lazy. Otherwise, tomorrow morning, I will put everybody's channels in the description of the video below. Of course, with all the merchandise. And oh my God, I just tapped out.
Merchandise.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so here's the deal. This is where you know that it was time for me to go because the camera just died on the host.
May I say
nice.
That's
Brian.
impression, Brian.
One last thing. As the captain of the One Piece crew,
yes,
you are welcome to sell your merchandise on the One Piece read along if you join.
There you go. Well, I am never ever above hawking merchandise. You can always count on me for that. I am off screen. You guys right now, I could be wearing nothing.
That's exactly how we picture you.
Well, and it's your birthday, so by all means.
This is the birthday suit portion of the show. Well, if I was going to get monetized, then you never know. Everybody, since my camera's died and since these fine people have lives, I will sign off. And I just want to thank all of you guys again for being here. Thanks for watching our replay, you guys.
Yeah,
and
brother.
We will love you back. We'll see you guys all very soon on a new episode of For Whom the Bell Tolls. And we will talk to you then. Have a great night.
Happy birthday, brother.
Happy birthday, Brian.
Happy birthday.